streaming. Ding dong. All right. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, it's really, really good. There's some cool stuff in there, especially with everything that's been coming out.
That's been really fascinating. That's usually post band practice discussion is Aliens, and it usually goes on for like an hour.
Yeah. That's it. That's good. That's a good discussion to have afterwards.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's a good atmosphere too for an alien discussion. I think we've done that. A few
You don't feel
times.
judged when you're around fellow bandmates.
You're
no.
either talking about aliens or overthrowing the government, right? Oh, I just got us flagged.
Yeah, this one's already flagged.
Well, we're done.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Or dicks.
My band's name is Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations. It's not like it was going anywhere, anyways.
Yeah, but that's okay to have a name like that. But if you drop anything that has to do with not trusting the government,
Right.
you're done.
You're done.
You can't
Pull the
make money
plug.
this episode. Why? Because you sang a song by Pussifer. That's what they're going to say. But we know it's actually because...
Well, I'm going to play
said-
some recorded music tonight. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you are?
Yeah,
Take that, YouTube.
Yeah, they're going to have to deal with it.
YouTube.
We don't
The
make weed.
elitist. They ought to call it Elite Tube.
They should. They should. What else did I want to open real quick before we get started? It is now 8 o'clock.
That means we're late. We're late to school. Anybody in the chat room? Or is it even up yet?
Doesn't look like anyone's in.
Might have got hit by naders.
Nah, that was all north. That was up north of me.
It was northeast too, right?
It was
wouldn't
Denton
the west.
County
Oh, it was.
mostly.
Well,
Yeah,
you can blow that away.
because I'm in North Fort Worth. I'm north of Alliance.
We'd like to say goodbye to all of our friends. And
I don't work there anymore, and I hate the people that
Are you up by the track?
fuck me over.
I'm south of the track. I'm in
Okay, 170ish.
Keller. Yes, south of
Yes,
170, just
yes.
south of 170.
I used to have a house.
and
there.
the what is that? The cemetery. What's
McPherson
that
Ranch.
area is called? No.
There's a cemetery. I haven't checked that out yet.
yeah, there is. I forgot the name of it.
I forgot what it's called too, but it's
Not
back
Crawford
behind.
Cemetery? No, there's a subdivision
on.
called Crawford.
Yeah,
Ranch or
Crawford
something like-
Farms.
yeah, Crawford Farms.
Elizabethtown Cemetery.
Where's
That's
that?
right.
It's back. Okay, so you know where the new Twin Peaks and all that is?
Yeah.
Turn, you go back up that road, and it turns into a hardcore dirt road, crosses
Yeah.
a bridge, it comes back up. When it comes back up, there's just a shitty, tiny, one-lane, overgrown road that used to be pretty clean, would lead you back up in there. But all that used to be like weird dirt roads.
I don't think it was a
That would
public
lead you
road
around.
for a while.
Mm-mm.
When they were making the TMS, I think they shut it down and made it.
It's
private.
on the back side of Chadwick Farms.
Yeah.
Like some of the houses back up to it on Chadwick Farms.
Huh.
You know what's
Uh,
wild too?
Wheel
That-
Horse Trail the
at
very back street.
114,
Oh, okay.
where if you go down 114 and head
Greetings,
towards
Roboto.
377, there's a church there. It looks like a rec center. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They have keggers there at that church.
They have keggers at the church?
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
I would go to that church.
Yeah.
Yeah, why aren't we going there?
It was funny. The first I had to run that route for line cleaning once, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? A church?" I called my boss. Is when I was working at Benny Keith. I was like, "Says there's a church that I got to go clean the lines." And he's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that. They're not gonna be there. It's too early. They don't get there till late. But yeah, they got a few taps in there." So they have keggers. They order kegs and stuff. He's like, "Oh yeah. Every month we get a couple orders."
My union hall used to. They'd get in there, they'd have their union
I'm surprised
meeting,
they
and
don't
then
still have it.
they get smashed afterwards.
I bet you they do up north.
Probably so. I think they had to pull, like it had a full-on bar in the back,
Yeah, kind of
Like
a
an old pub bar?
VFW.
but they had to pull it all out because
Liabilities of hitting that
People
on the
get-
way home.
people get heated. Heated.
Oh, well,
at
I
union
also
meetings.
bet that the union got asked by the company, "Hey, we're getting sued because of y'all's meetings that have to do with our company." So
Yeah.
you believe it or not, I'm walking on air. When I did when I worked for CT or Syntex
Mm-hmm.
mortgage out in Louisville, we still had, alcohol and our Christmas parties and stuff, we'd just go into the parking garage and it was like a big dance party, and we had beer tickets, beer, everything. We'd give out beer on the end of towards the end of the day on Fridays, right around noon. You'd walk into
Yep.
your team lead's office and stuff, and he'd be chugging a fucking beer. And
It's like that in my old job.
Never had that at my job.
they don't
Awesome.
they can't do that anymore in the mortgage business because of Dodd-Frank. When all that shit came down, they were like, we got to clean up the mortgage business.
One of Jennifer's early companies,
Not pub.
her
I'm
insurance.
sure they do it private.
One of the insurance companies she
Yeah.
works for used to always rent out that golf course that's up here.
Just party.
It's off Bridge Street and all that
Mhm.
up there, whatever it's called, Brookhaven.
Yeah,
that it?
Brookhaven.
And people would get smashed and then disappear into the golf course.
Forever.
And
You'd never
do
see
all
them.
sorts- Yeah,
Get
Well,
all kinds of
you
venereal
got too
diseases.
you got too far off that golf course, you may disappear forever. You may
Yeah,
get
true.
whacked
Wake up in a sand trap. That'd be best case
face
scenario.
down.
Ooh, that's a good
Little
movie
gangsters.
scene.
Yeah,
Someone
Pow!
wakes up in a sand trap and people are playing, like the mob's playing golf, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we gotta take care of this." Trump,
it's at Trump's golf
we
course.
gotta take care of this.
It was just always weird. Like, man, we never had corporate Christmas parties like that, so the drinking thing never happened. But it just is weird.
It weirded me out. So I was a warehouse manager when I first started. This is my first job in the field I'm in now. I don't want to get too detailed because, people are listening.
Well, you sell harvested organs, and we know, so it's all
Okay.
good.
And car parts, apparently.
That's not
Um,
illegal in every
F-35
country, so
parts.
you're good.
F-35 parts, that's what it was.
Yeah. We're selling
Um,
F-35 parts tonight.
That's what we should say.
That's what I put on the
On Facebook.
We're
on
the guys
Facebook.
that scrambled screwed up the comms and the GPS location devices on that F-35. We're responsible for that.
We got F-35 parts for sale tonight.
All of a sudden, we walk out and there's these guys in black.
Just
Get
here.
on the ground. Yeah, like it was a joke. It was a joke.
So I work in the food business, and the first week I was there, my friend that hired me, I'm in the warehouse. I'm the lowest guy on the totem pole. I'm just doing my thing. He goes, "Hey, come here." I'm like, "All right." Hands me a beer. I'm like, "You can't do this at work." He's like, "Dude, we're all drinking. It's fine. Just go for it."
We
I was
all-
like, "What?" And then I just looked forward to Fridays about 1:00 after everyone got done with everything.
We all drank at
Pretty
Best Buy.
awesome.
That means
Yeah.
you were accepted.
Yeah, when I worked at Best Buy, and I
They
was
They don't just do that
17.
to everyone. You got to be. They gotta watch you for a little bit and be like, all right,
Yeah.
well, it's
Yeah.
time. It's time.
We'd
It's time
have
to let in."
our cups, our McDonald's cup or Subway, because it was at the end of the deal, and have a beer sitting in there in the bottom of the Subway cup with a
Yeah.
straw going down to it. You just
Yeah.
nip off of it as you're walking around.
Well, we pulled that at the Metallica show and almost killed us.
Yeah, we about got alcohol poisoning. You ready to start the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this. Here we go.
By the way, it's been 31 days. 1
Fort
month.
Worth, are you ready? It's the
Had to
Fort
rerun it
Worth
since it's this weekend.
Rift second annual extravaganza at Pour and Glory, September 23rd. It's a full day of activities for the whole family, even though the world is going to end. Vendors will be on hand selling trinkets that might save your soul.
Witches can't save you.
Live music. See a wicked performance by Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations that will make your eyes burn out of your skull and wish that impending doom was upon us.
So metal.
See Late to the Station
one.
ritually sacrifice half a dozen South American porcupines in the hope that the human race can be saved.
Hell yeah.
Watch Cassandra May Lawrence use her angelic voice to summon all the friendly woodland creatures in the south side to come to our aid and save us all.
She's on fire.
And see the Jaybirds finish the evening out with a stunt and performance so magically epic that it's made Evel Knievel rise from his grave as the savior for all mankind.
No way, man.
Of course, Fort Worth Roots will be podcasting firsthand the destruction of the world with an army of special guests that think they possess the power to change the outcome.
You know who you are.
That line was
Vendors,
originally written a little different.
Music,
Check.
burgers,
Check.
Did we fuck it
beer,
up?
Check.
Podcasting.
I changed it not to offend
11
anyone.
a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, September 23rd at Pour and Glory, deep in the South Side. If the world is going to end, why spend it with your family when you could have front row seats with your friends? Be there.
You won't
The line should have been,
your
if the world's gonna end, why spend it with your family? Because they suck.
This episode of the
Jay Jones Last Kicker.
is brought to you by
Guys note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
The Jerry Jonestown Massacre contains graphic material, including offensive language
Oh yeah, getting
partial
sexy
nudity.
in here.
and completely ridiculous thoughts and opinions that shouldn't be expressed or shared by anyone. Listener discretion is advised.
And now coming at you from the Temple of I, just on the outskirts of where the West begins.
Or
It's two of
Bandcamp.
the biggest cocks that I
Yeah.
know. Dustin Yogurt Slinger Schneider and Matt Fleshpipe Stubbs.
It is Tuesday, September 19th. This is show 542. Wow, I got that backwards. Dyslexia kicked in hardcore.
What is
there.
it, 524?
No,
5.
I should have started it out as
Is it 425?
show 542.
What'd you do?
It is Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. I did it backwards.
I don't think people listen to that part anyway.
I don't think everybody's
They just get to the dick and fart jokes.
and then they tune out after that too.
Yeah.
I
I
have
like
it too.
I like this intro music.
Thank you.
I think
We're gonna
this,
get into that.
we should do this every show. This should be what we do all shoot the shit to.
The whole thing, just loop this.
Yeah, or our new segment, NFL Chaos in the Stands. That would be 7 hours long if we covered it all.
It would be. We'd have to loop this a long time, over and over.
You had to
and
go
over
to
and over
that.
again. I did. We're gonna get into that. Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
And joining us, solo and alone. Happy Tuesday, Rich.
Happy Tuesday.
How you doing?
Doing good. Doing
Good,
good.
good.
I'm really thankful you had me as the last guest on this show before the world ends.
Yeah, that's it. I want you to enjoy your time here.
23rd is coming up, isn't it?
It's this
It is,
Saturday.
yeah.
The world is going to end unless you follow
I'll be in Arkansas, so
a certain Fort Worth gentleman
club.
who is on social media that a lot of people know from around this area. He thinks it's actually going to be put on hold till October 14th. That this is the
That's
lead
4
up to
days
the end of the
before
world.
my birthday.
Yeah,
Nah.
and before the eclipse. So
Seems like that would have been run past
So
me.
what's the okay? I at least
or day after the eclipse.
I kind of understood the September 23rd theory. It's
Yeah, the
stupid,
It is dumb.
Yeah.
but
666. and all
but
that
at least
crap.
there's a
and
logic
the
there.
threes.
What's with the October 14th?
That'll be the
It's 4
the-
days before my birthday.
It's fuck Matt Day.
Well, October.
Fuck
that's
that week.
that's the day of the anal
Matt year.
eclipse.
The anal eclipse. Oh,
Annular eclipse. It's the Ring of Fire eclipse, and it comes over Texas.
the Preparation H eclipse.
Yeah. So
Man, it's still too bright, isn't it?
Hello,
I
no,
need to
it's
bring
fine.
it down. We good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the problem. Is
So it's Anal Fire Day is the 14th.
Anal
and
Ring
so
of Fire.
someone decided that was going to be.
that's going to be the day.
Who was the Fort Worth dude that decided that? Was it
one
Copeland?
one
Michael Copeland?
man named Charles M. Clark.
Oh no.
Who's that? Why don't I know that name?
It's a hero of Fort Worth.
It's Fort Worth's unsung hero.
Really is.
One of our greatest treasures
Oh, okay.
that all of Fort Worth needs, and a complete king and master of the Fort Worth music scene.
So he walked out
okay.
on a ledge. The 14th of October was going to be.
Yeah, he's saying the 14th of
is it-
October.
He made a
what'd I say?
proclamation.
What'd I say? The 15th.
14th, yeah, it was 14th.
It's
of
14th.
October.
Okay.
And that's the day of the eclipse. so it makes
Proclamation.
sense.
Yeah, he made a proclamation that it was. That's it. Is it going to be midnight on the 13th or
Yeah, did he specify a time?
when is this? He didn't say the actual hour.
No, some today said on the October 4th. I think I'd have to look it up. Hold on, vamp, and I'll look it up real quick because
So that's
there
when
is
it'll
something
be revving
weird.
up. The 4th is when it revs up.
Jesus.
So-
just opened our Instagram,
So-
and I need to go back to mine because
What-
ours is out of control.
So here's what I don't get. If it's not going to end this Saturday, which I didn't plan anything after this Saturday because the
Good.
fucking world's going to end.
Yeah.
So why make plans?
if you're, I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to celebrate the end of the world, and if you choose to do it with your families, you
Yeah.
can. If not, but
I'm gonna
what was
celebrate it
the
with
main
Andrew
thing
Turner.
about the what was the main thing about the 23rd again besides the numbers? There was something else, wasn't there?
I don't know.
I thought
it
there
just
was-
made sense or something. I don't know. It's stupid.
I think it's Andrew Turner's fault. I'm
I
gonna
think
go on
I
record
think it
as
is
saying
Andrew's. Andrew's parties. It's his fault. On October
the
4th at
Republicans'
exactly
party.
11:28
They did it to us.
a.m. there will be a warning broadcasted on all TVs, and that is 10 days before
The 14th.
the 14th. So
So
on October 4th, get ready.
what's the warning gonna be? Like, oh hey, you got 10 days to get your shit right. Like,
Better
It
go to
depends
church.
on which way you want to look at things. Do you want to look at it in the Tool way of how there's going to be a warning, or the Pussifer way, or do you want to look
Well-
at it in the Nine Inch Nails Year Zero way?
that's
Better
where
yet.
a giant presence will punch down through the earth and start abducting people.
Better yet, Mr. Ritchie, what would you do?
What would I do?
If the 4th they said, you got 10 days.
Ooh, that's a. I don't know. I would spend some of it with my family, but there would definitely be criminal activity also.
Dustin, what would you do? You thought about that? On the 4th, we get the doot. We interrupt this program to say you have 10 days left.
I really don't know. I don't know
I'd tell you what I'd do.
two
Two
chicks at
chicks.
the same time because it'd take
Because
the, end
the
of
world's
world.
ending. That's what
It'd take the end of the world to have two chicks sleep with a dude like me.
I got to go for broke right there, man.
Okay, so on October 14th, an annular eclipse will be visible in the continental United States. In the morning, the moon will cover the face of the sun, so the sun appears in the sky as a single ring of light known as the Ring of Fire. Connecting a solar eclipse with the end times, immediately after the tribulation of these days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. This is the theory. But what I don't get is,
Is it
all
his
these
theory,
people,
or is
all
it-
these people that are saying that that's going to be the end of the days.
Are you doing
are
the 23rd or the
the-
14th?
on September 23rd?
Okay.
Well, no, this is October 14th with the. I'm sorry, not September. This is
So this
October
is-
14th
this
when
is
the
his theory.
eclipse hit. Yeah. What I don't get is there's a lot of people that always say when an eclipse hits, that's going to be the end of the world, but they don't realize that eclipses are happening all,
All the
the
time.
fucking
they
time.
literally happen
all over the world.
hourly.
Yeah, everywhere.
Well-
it's just where the path lines up to come over where you are.
You just happen to be in. You have
Yeah.
to happen to be in the way. Of
I
it.
think
there
Gen
was an
X
eclipse
was the-
last week in Australia.
I think Gen
Yeah.
X was the last group of kids that had to take astronomy and think about things
How things
outside of
work?
Yeah, how things work. and
Well, I guess
stuff.
if you're also into the flat Earth theory that you don't understand.
Is that a
and,
Gen
and
X
you
thing
eat
too,
Tide
Chris?
Pods.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
eat Tide Pods.
right,
yeah.
right.
That you
They got it
don't
figured out.
realize that things roll
Yeah.
around and it's in this weird.
You can't regenerate.
Pattern that you
can't
can see.
respawn.
Yeah,
You got to learn that you can't respawn. There's no.
it's a strange world.
You can't save your life and then come back after you eat a bunch of Pop Tarts and finish it.
Yeah, so the announcement will be on the 4th. So everybody at 11:28 a.m. get ready, be by your TV. There will be an announcement.
Watch it just be a blue alert again.
Probably.
Wonder if they'll bring
Just
back
something
Jay
stupid.
McGarity for this one.
You know, she's on every day.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
She
back.
she was just in Israel, as a
I
matter of
saw
fact. I
her-
follow her on Facebook.
I saw.
I don't know why.
Well, when I was doing the social medias, I was following her on Twitter. I have to say,
She's had some work done.
yeah,
She's holding up
She's
pretty
had a
good.
lot of work done.
and I'm
And looks
even,
good.
Even yeah,
You're here for it.
yeah. I'd.
She's not tied down to a news desk. She can
Oh,
work out. She can
yeah.
do stuff.
But she actually likes to be tied down to the news desk. I heard.
Oh,
Just kidding,
that's
Jane.
all
Jane,
right.
I'm kidding, Jane.
We were trying to get Jane in here next week. That's not going to happen.
The world's gonna end anyway, so
Yeah,
it
the
really
world's
doesn't
gonna end.
matter.
So, since this is our last show, let's kick it off with reviewing what we did last Wednesday.
Oh man, I have slept several times since then.
We went to Dickies to see Pearl Jam
Oh yeah, Slim was there. My
Sure did.
guitarist.
on Wednesday night, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to say I was really nervous about this show. I was really scared. I was so scared.
So scared, baby.
So scared.
Yeah, and it
Thought you were
started
gonna get
sketch.
sneezed on.
It was kind of
It got
sketch
kinda
the way it
weird.
started.
And I was like, well, I don't listen, like their last 2-3 albums, I haven't really listened to.
Yeah.
Maybe one swing through, and I just don't care about anything on it. And I was afraid we were going to get bogged down with a lot of that. But we lucked out because Matt Cameron had COVID. and
Which is
they're-
weird. You wouldn't think that I was a luck out.
Oh, it was a luck out for us.
Yeah, I've seen that was. I think I counted up. That was my 6th time to see Pearl Jam.
I'm
I
right
know
there with
I haven't
you,
seen
6
him
or
as
7,
much as
yeah.
Corby, obviously, but I have seen Pearl Jam a few times. And
Who's
so
this
have you.
Corby you speak of?
Oh yeah, I forgot you stopped listening.
Yeah,
He's the master of all things Pearl Jam.
they have an
that-
announcement today. Another person left the station.
Was it him?
Ty Walker.
Ty Walker? What happened to him? Did he get shit canned or
Done. Said
He
he was
just-
tired of it.
said fuck this?
Yeah. And Ty was
Said,
fun. I
"You
used to hang out
cool,
with Ty
You're
all the time
cool.
at Blondes vs. Burnett.
fuck you.
Fuck you.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah, but he was close with the Soroy brothers too, and
Yeah.
all the midday crew and everything. So
So what are they? Okay, so
back
I-
to Pearl Jam. We'll get it.
okay, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
talk about that. Anyway, so that was I've seen him a few times. Never have I seen him play as much off a 10 as that ever.
I did.
Never.
The first time I saw him at Edge
yeah,
Fest.
the Edge Fest. Yeah,
They played all of
when
10
they played 10, yeah.
right,
and
when they
Bob
played-
O'Reilly.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen Bob O'Reilly probably since the late '90s or 2000, like early 2002 or something.
The last time I saw
Last time
Bob
I've seen him do
O'Reilly
that.
live was with The Who.
Oh, I forgot
The Who
about
played
that
it.
tour.
Yeah.
Was
They-
when Night Whistle was still alive?
Yeah, that was the last
think it was
time
the
they
last
came through
time.
was the
Oh,
last time
okay.
I saw him with him, yeah. But the show, reason we say it got lucky that Matt Cameron, even though Matt
Eddie had
Cameron's a
the
badass,
flu.
Eddie had the flu and
The
Matt
flu.
Cameron had COVID, so they had their drum tech and other instrument tech fill in.
Oh.
Josh, I can't think of his last name, but he's a badass. He's known. So he filled in, and the stuff he knew was all early stuff. So the set consisted
Yeah.
of one brand new song, and everything else was Yield Back.
Did
It
you
was
post the
awesome.
set list?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I saw Do the Evolution was on it, and I was like, yes.
They did
Yeah,
it really
that
professional.
one.
Like it was cool because they didn't leave him hanging. Like there was always one of the guys that were facing him. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Every
making
song,
sure everything
there was
was
one
going.
guy that he could look at and say, because
Him and Stone were mainly linked up because Stone was
Yeah,
just kind of being chill
right.
and kind of just
Yeah.
helping him through things. Because
Yep.
usually Stone's running around, not as bad as crazy as Mike McCready. but
right,
usually Stone's doing stuff, but Stone was very chill
hmm
and keeping
and,
eye
and
in
every
sync,
once in
and
a while,
they kept watching each other.
every once in a while, bass would head over there too,
Jeff,
Jeff, and he'd do the same thing, like
who doesn't age.
you know what I mean. He doesn't.
Did he
See,
play?
I'm pretty sure the last time we saw Pearl Jam, we were saying the same thing. When
He
is this
looks
guy
like-
going to start
yeah.
getting older?
He just didn't have silly hats.
yeah, he didn't have
He lost the silly hats.
the Crockett hat.
yeah, or the big
beaver skin
jester
hat.
hat
Yeah,
or
he didn't have
whatever.
any of
all
that.
the-
Yeah. So, but seriously, how many baby Embros is he eating a week?
a lot.
What's going on there?
Oh,
He's got that Pearl Jam money.
yeah,
Yeah, true.
He's probably got a blood boy.
probably.
And
Seattle, people can disappear in Seattle. In the Pacific Northwest, it's easy to hide people.
Yeah.
Make them disappear.
I like how Eddie almost came out
mean-
with a cane, acting like I don't.
You've seen
feel,
Twilight.
Did he pull the Willy Wonka?
I don't feel well at all. But then next thing you know, he's like jumping up in the air,
Apparently, that's the bit.
doing acrobatics and stuff.
Apparently, that's the bit.
And he's
And that's why they
65 now.
No, 58.
Oh, he's 58.
About to be 59 like next week or
Oh, I
something.
thought he was in his 60s.
No,
No.
him and I have the same birthday,
Oh, y'all do?
Mhm.
Okay.
December 23rd.
Okay, so here in a few
God.
months. So, yeah, and he was doing that weird, like, there was a time during a live, I think, or Even Flow or something, where me and you looked at each other because he's doing this weird leaning
back bend,
stance, back
like
bend
he's-
with a mic stand, and we're like, no one, the
Like
20-year-olds do that, and they were,
Honestly,
Steven Tyler
didn't he
stopped
have
doing
jumping
that in
around?
Didn't he have, like
97.
his tippy toes too? Like
yeah,
it was
and it was like,
it looked like he was in a limbo contest.
but that's some,
he had the mic stand way back.
so when you're
here.
58, I want to see you do that, Matt.
Oh man,
I want to see you do
So
it
you gotta
now.
Call the ambulance. I'd be like, this isn't gonna be good, guys, but I'm gonna
Go
try it.
We're going to fire up the new JJTM TikTok, and that's going to be the first video of you
Us-
trying to do that.
Yeah, we'll get we'll get the me thinks over here, and we'll just do a limbo contest.
Yeah. Little
Congo,
mic
Congo,
stand, some front man mic stand acrobatics.
Yeah,
Dude, the show was great. I'm not going to lie. Pearl Jam gets a lot of shit. I know a lot of people have turned their back on them. Like a bunch of people I went to school with and stuff were were harassing me and shit. We're like, man, you're going to go see that band? They were cool when we were in junior high.
Why are
Blah,
they?
blah, blah, blah,
Why are
blah.
they shitting on him now?
Because they're not trap beats or
yeah, exactly.
or
Or
you know,
Lord-
they're not. Yeah,
Lord Revisited.
it's not Lana Del Rey or whatever. Or,
Yeah,
you
whatever.
know, shit like that.
Trendy
It's-
weird pop.
right.
Yeah, it's not.
They don't do mumble rap.
Yeah, Billie Eilish because that's what every, they're
They're
into weird, you know, stuff like that.
Mo.
Because a band that has kept the same formula going, which is, you know, blues-based grunge rock.
It done a pretty good
It
job.
works.
Like
It-
I
I
haven't
don't-
listened to the recent albums like you said, but every time I hear something, I'm like, that's good.
I mean, 2 sold-out nights everywhere they've gone. And
Yeah.
Good time, good vibe.
Good vibe, good time.
It was
good
amateur hour,
people.
but that's the thing now with these big shows. It's always amateur hour.
Well, and it's weird.
and I mean by
'cause it's-
drink, I mean drinking.
It's
amateur
amateur
hour.
Yeah.
soccer mom hour was what it was
Oh,
the
yeah.
other night. It was very
Oh.
weird.
All
like,
of them were out.
White Claw girls.
yes. And it was like
I'm getting fucked up tonight.
Guys, I'm gonna have like 7 White
we
Claws.
That's
got a
right.
babysitter so we can get fucked up because it's the middle of the week.
It's a Wednesday. When's the last time you had a buzz on a Wednesday?
And you know,
I
all
called
of
in
them were
tomorrow.
passed the fuck out as soon as they
Dude.
their man thought they were gonna get laid.
All those
Like,
ones
well,
that were around
Just
us
like
that
every
were
night, I
being,
gotta go home and jack off.
those ones that were around us that were being annoying.
Oh,
At the end of the show when they were walking out, they
We're
were
stumbling.
done.
Hey, we had
Toast.
such a
Yeah.
good time.
Like it wasn't even that. Like they were just ready to go sleep. They were tired. they were
it was
tired.
night time.
They had
Yeah,
their
it's
three
nighttime.
Yeah.
White Claws, and it's
They
time to
needed
be
to-
done.
Yeah,
It's like they took an Ambien.
yeah. But the show was freaking fantastic. Set list was great. At the end of it, I was like, this was amazing. I want to go on Friday. I nearly pulled the trigger. I was going back and forth.
Now, did Cameron
Pop
play
City,
on
do I pop-
Friday?
He did. And so Friday became
Went back to the new stuff.
no
And
super rarities.
oh, really?
And
I thought it was all new.
and
I saw they did
there
play
was-
Breathe.
there
or
was
just
some new
Breathe.
stuff in there, but a lot of it was like super rarities and stuff they haven't played in
Yeah.
years.
Oh yeah.
They whipped out for that
Well, I'd
show.
like that.
And
That's pretty
If someone
awesome.
would have given me a ticket, I'd have gone. If I wasn't studying.
but I was like, I don't want to go. Then I looked at the set list. I was like, I'm kind of glad I didn't go because I like them, but I'm not into the super rarities. All the rarities I wanted to hear, except for like Wash, I heard on Friday night. We heard Footsteps.
You didn't hear-
You know, we heard.
Their cut was the
They still didn't play State of Love and Trust. They haven't played it the last 3 shows now.
Where can my baby be? Lord, take her away from me.
Yeah, they didn't play that. I didn't see it.
Uh,
They didn't play Dirty Frank. I would like seeing Dirty Frank.
such a shocking name.
Dirty Frank. It's a good song. It's
It is.
funny.
It is a good song. But not only did we see a lot of 10, we got to see them do, which I've seen this probably song done one other time. They did Mary.
Crazy Mary?
Crazy Mary. That was probably the second time
Which-
time that I've ever seen them do that
That's
live.
not even their song, right?
I don't think so.
Listen to
I'm not
Williams.
sure. I know it was for that fund,
Yeah, I think it's
like
Farm
Farm Aid or something.
Listen to Williams.
That was
trying to.
it was a good time.
They
You-
did 2 covers.
which that night.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did the Who and
or 3 covers. Then I forgot about that.
what was the other one they did?
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
They didn't do. Walking on the freeway.
They did that the next night.
There's
There's a baby on the street. They did Eruption, which was awesome.
Wait.
yeah,
Like
McCready
eruption,
did.
eruption.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
to take a break.
because
Eddie was
gotta
he
get
was
some
coming over
fluids.
it, so his voice was
you had to
going
get some
in and out.
fluids.
Yeah.
But his voice sounded deeper and better than I've heard
Really
him
did.
in a long time. Even on the live bootleg stuff, it sounded really good Friday night because he was sick,
Yeah.
good and deep. But he had to take a break, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna let since Mike's on fire, we're gonna let him have some fun." And then Mike just started going through this whole crazy version of Eruption,
Like it wasn't even like
the whole thing.
He started metal,
Damn.
but then went to this jazz thing, and then
Yeah.
just hit his delay pedal or something. Started farting around with Space Eruption, and it was cool.
Victoria Williams was who did that. Thanks, RoboTuner,
so-
in the chat room. You didn't tell me.
That was a great show. I loved it. Enjoyed myself. My date enjoyed it. Loved it. Did your date enjoy it?
I guess.
you hadn't talked to her since.
No.
So
It's like, get the hell out of here.
it was my
bitch.
first show to see at the Dickies Arena. So here we go.
You're gonna talk about Dickies, huh?
I'm going to talk about Dickies. Number one, you walk in, immediately you smell bass all over the place. I said bass. I said bass.
Why? Why are you saying? Why is that? Because it's a Bass building.
And it looks like one. And other than that, man, what a badass venue! I love it.
It's my favorite.
And I'm kidding. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if Bass had anything to do with it or not. I didn't. I just assumed they did. Happened to mention to you, and like, yep, they did. They were heavily involved in it. So
there's their suite back there.
So that's a cool. It's a cool ass venue. The bar, the TX bar, that's cool. Neat.
Where you got the shakes?
Yeah, where I got the shakes. I was walking around every beer vendor that asked me beer here. I was like,
Oh no!
I'm recovering.
How dare you! You should have gone and got you one of those designated driver bracelets.
Yeah,
They would've-
yeah. But one problem, and it's a severe one that bugs the shit out of me.
I know which one it is. What is it? Let's see here.
It used to happen every once in a while until they used their brains out at Starplex too,
Parking.
and that is sitting in your car
Yep.
for an hour and a fucking half because
After the
you
show.
guys can't figure out the alternative routes that wind all through that area.
That's what's
I don't know if they're
weird.
not wanting to
No.
offend neighborhoods or what,
Well,
but
there's no real-
you gotta loosen it up.
What's very
Nothing close,
weird.
though.
I was fired up.
What's very weird is no one will take the whatever it is, something trail drive that feeds you back to university
That's exactly
and Lancaster.
Exactly.
No one will go that way. They all want to take the Montgomery exit.
because most
and
of them are
try to
out of
get out.
towners and they just want to get.
They
want
want to get on 30 and drive
get
to
the fuck
Dallas.
out. Yeah,
I gotta drive or Weatherford
right.
or Aledo.
That is
Fucking Aledoans.
the
We love
Fort
you.
Worth authorities' problem. Fix it, Rich.
Well, they do shut down all of Montgomery.
you.
They
No, I
shut.
was about to say, I don't
But-
got that kind of clout. I can get a pizza dough.
I get shutting down all of Montgomery,
I do.
all of it.
Well, after
But-
the show,
Use it all. They
yeah,
weren't
use
using it all.
Right.
If you're gonna shut down all of Montgomery
And go
and
both
have
directions
traffic
on
go
it.
one way, and you have signs up, because on Friday night I saw the sign saying all traffic exiting Montgomery cannot go north because Montgomery is one way south because
Yeah.
of event.
Mhm.
So if you're going to use it all, use all the lanes.
Right.
Do like they do out at the AT&T Stadium, where when they close down
Exactly.
Collins,
Exactly.
Yeah, and they
they
put all
push
the,
it all out Collins
And
one
how
way.
quick does it clear out? I know the other night didn't clear out very quick, but on a normal circumstance,
Pretty
when there's
decent.
a game or any event out there, it
Yeah.
clears out pretty quick around Collins.
Yeah. Well, Dickies is only a year old, right? 2
Yeah, they'll
years old,
figure it
so
out.
They'll get it.
I'm going to
figured
talk
Yeah.
to Betsy
out.
Price
2 years old.
or
Well,
what's her
she
name?
has
I
no
don't
power
know.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't know
You
if
have
she
to go
can
to
do
Maddie
anything for you.
Parker.
Vandergriff or whatever her name.
Maddie Parker.
Maddie Parker.
Vandergriff. The
I'm going
Honda
to talk.
people?
I'll talk to her.
Which, according to
Are
Charles
they related?
Clark,
The old mayor of Arlington and the Vandergriff Dodge and all those, are they? Is that the
Oh.
same family?
I have no idea. Maybe.
It might be.
according to Charles Clark, and he sent this to Maddie Parker, it says here, women make poor leaders, particularly political leaders.
Goodness, that's a hot,
Woo!
Yeah.
hot sports opinion.
Very.
Take
That
it.
was just bam.
Right out the gate.
Says, yes, women are terrible at this and have been since the beginning of time.
But they cook real good.
Cleopatra beheaded. Marie Antoinette beheaded. I even heard Hillary Clinton is running because that's who we need. I remember it was a trend to say we should let women rule the world. Might as well put gasoline on an already burning world. Do y'all not read history like it all? Hashtag facts. So,
Oh my god.
and he sent it to Maddie Parker.
He tagged Maddie Parker. I bet she was concerned.
So awesome. So yeah, it was a good night. I like it. I'm glad you like Dickies. I've been there for a lot of things.
Yeah, and I look forward to going to more shows there and rodeos
It's fun just being a regular civilian.
and the porn convention that they scheduled next year.
Wait, is the porn convention gonna be at Dickies?
No, that Dallas always gets that.
I thought Dallas was trying to kick it out.
Are they?
Yeah.
They were a year or two ago. They're like, we don't want that here. I'm
Maybe
just like,
We
we
got
just-
approved for that, but I had to go out of town.
Yeah.
No, that was
I
right
think
to go
that was-
cover it.
Well, no, I think we went to Vegas or something. when
That was it.
happened.
We went to Vegas. We got covered for the porn
Dude.
convention here. We could go in.
Maybe we can
and do
speak
our
it
show.
into. Maybe we can speak it into existence if we just keep talking like there's going to be a porn convention at Dickies.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll happen. Or the North Richland Hill
Or maybe at the Rat,
amphitheater or whatever they got there.
or at the
now.
Radisson on Meacham in 35.
Or maybe at 4602 Woods Drive in Arlington, Texas. There'll be a
Wow.
porn convention there.
Whoa.
Just went there, I think.
No, that wasn't my real address.
Oh, okay.
I was like, whoa, wait, what?
Where's the dump button? Dump
Yeah.
button.
We need a dump button.
We
It's
totally
a
do.
podcast.
Yeah, I know, but still, sometimes like we snort too much
Oh, yeah.
and it gets caught on mic.
Went to Lola's on Friday. That was neat.
Who is it? Lola's Friday.
Was it Mean Motor Scooter?
I
What-
forgot about that whole
what is-
conversation
what
we
is
had
Joe's
sitting in the
band?
seats. I forgot about that whole conversation
tell
we had in
Susie?
the seats. No, that. Oh, y'all are playing tonight? Neat. We're at Pearl Jam.
No, it was Susie and all her daughters. Not Pearl Jam, Mean Motor Scooter on Instagram, and I was like, neat.
Yeah. Man was giving everybody the neat search.
Anything that came up
He'd
after
scroll
that.
through there and be like,
Neat.
neat.
Yeah, I was
I'm at Dickies. Neat.
I'm watching Eddie Vedder.
As all of them were
Bro.
going, yeah, neat. You're at Pearl Jam.
Yeah, that's
All the
exactly
Pearl
what
Jam
everybody's
haters.
like. You're at Pearl Jam.
Pearl
Neat.
Jam. Neat. No, Lola's on Friday was the Plum Boys.
Neat.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of other bands.
No, go ahead, list them.
We're good.
Let's hear about these badass bands.
No, that was all that was there, really.
Yeah.
Avery Burke,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Neat.
I saw she was playing a show.
and then some bands I can't remember who they were.
I
But it
got
was
a
fun
question about her for you.
Night. It was a good night. Yeah.
All right,
Uh-oh.
pull up a picture of her real quick. She doesn't listen, so we can do this.
Yeah, she does.
Just go to
She
Instagram
gave us a
real quick.
hug. She said she loved how the shows were going lately.
All right, you got it up?
Okay.
The Instagram?
I just got a picture.
All right.
Up.
Look at one with her playing on stage or whatever.
Okay. Plum, 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 plum.
I had a roommate.
Uh-huh.
If was smaller, a little skinnier. They look
Okay.
exactly alike almost. Like it could be
I
her
don't
little
know your- I
sister.
don't know
yes,
this
you do,
roommate.
because I used to have a roommate, and it was with one of your best friends and his fiance or whatever they are. Now look again.
Oh,
They look related.
They kind of do. Okay. I get what you're saying. Huh.
I've been wanting to bring that up to you because I think she's celebrating her anniversary or something or wedding. On the
Engagement. and everything and
engagement,
all that.
yeah. And so when she had
I
a
can
bunch
see
of
that.
pictures that she was posting on about Hawaii.
Yeah.
Anytime someone posts something about Hawaii, I'm in. So I started looking, and I'm like, dude, she had a bunch of them. I was like,
That's very
she
inside
looks
baseball.
a lot like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Okay, you feeling what I'm doing?
I'm feeling it. I feel it. Feel it.
If you know the history of the show, you can figure it out. By the way,
You can't figure it out. It's
Huh?
pretty easy.
Yeah, you'll
Pretty
figure
easy.
it out. Sorry, Richie.
No, it's cool. I was trying to figure
I
out
might have recently called that person a C word.
to their face.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
That's the last time I used it. I love that word.
what do you mean?
I think it's an excellent word, and what I really enjoy is when y'all go on Andrew's podcast and use it a lot,
That's that guy over
particularly that guy.
there. I like to be
I haven't
reined
been-
in.
I haven't
on
been
the
asked
podcast
back
with that
since
guy.
that one.
That,
That was
guy
a
over there.
hardcore one. I went hard last time.
Andrew asked me back only to throw me under the bus and say, "Man, every time I do an episode with you, I have to put a warning on it." I'm like, "You're the
Why?
one that apparently because." Okay, I think it really stems from the fact that I brought up beaver buttholes once.
Look,
But-
Andrew, if
but
you don't
that's
like
what
cuss
they make,
words, you're in the
that's
wrong
natural
business.
flavors.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. I can't remember what flavor it is.
Vanilla's one of them. There's several.
Yeah.
If you don't like cuss words, you're in the wrong business, bro.
Yeah.
That's
This is
why
a
we
podcast.
do podcasts. We don't work in radio because we can't say cunt. So the reason we do podcast is so we can say
What's
cunt.
the word go?
Which ones?
I can't remember the name of the song. What song it was?
Asshole?
Is it really a radio cut if you can't say shit and you can't say fuck? What song was that?
I can't remember. I know cuss words. Just let them flow. Motherfucker shit goddamn asshole. You know what that is?
No.
Too short, man.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what mine is. It's too short too.
Probably is.
Anyway. Yeah.
Andrew, stop giving people a hard time because they accidentally say a potty word.
Yeah. Get ready for this weekend. Your entire
you got
party is
work
going to
to
be
do,
body
man.
work.
The first thing I'm gonna say when we get on stage is, "It's the end of the world, cunts!" And then I'm gonna throw down my guitar and be done. Be like, "Fuck this."
You will win me. I will be a fan of yours for life if you do that.
I'm not gonna throw my
That would
guitar
be
down.
so
I
Mike
don't.
Patton-esque.
No, if I was gonna go Mike Patton, I'd shit on a table.
Or come dressed up as a New York cop right after 9/11. Be like,
God.
that's fucked up.
Forgot
About as fucked up as a New York cop.
$20.
Greatest sense of humor in rock and roll.
Man, I gotta figure out.
We're all
what that
psychos,
is,
man.
What that is. Anyway,
Lola's. So how was the show?
it was fun. It was good. Ran into
The
a bunch
Plum
of
Boys?
our potty friends over there. The
And
Pod
Avery played
Boys.
too?
Yeah, did some potting.
Oh, y'all did some
No,
on the shot potty?
We didn't do any
on the
potting.
spot potty?
I'm
Oh,
sorry. We
oh,
just
sorry.
talked and stuff and things.
What we
Drugs.
used to
Ran
call
into Chad and Lance. They just got back from Iceland. Talked to
Did
them
you
about Iceland and stuff.
I meant to ask you, did you try the new stackers?
Yeah,
How is it?
good.
Because I'm about to find out.
Yeah,
like
Good,
how soon,
man.
like
I'm
15
glad.
minutes.
good.
No. I'm going out of town. I'm getting out.
Oh, that's
I'm
right, you're going
Preparing
For the end of the world.
Yeah, for the end of the world.
What are you gonna do up there?
Well,
Stack and fuck.
Is it just y'all going?
and shoot stuff. Yeah, what? You want to go? Come on out.
I got too much this weekend.
Is there another home game?
I got well, I can't because of what's going on in there.
Ah,
but,
yeah. Yeah, you do have a lot going
yeah. I'm going out Friday night, right? And then coming back. I have to go out of town Friday night, come back in on Saturday morning to go to Ding Dong's thing, and then I have coverage to
on.
Andrews.
Oh, yes,
thing.
yes. I forgot. The end of the world.
Yeah, I have
So,
to cover the end of the world. I have to cover the end of the world from a Ranger game, so that'll be weird.
Yeah,
Rangers are
Could
playing?
be worse.
Who are they playing? Is the playoffs started yet?
Mariners. It's a Mariners game,
Oh.
and I got to go out there and shoot some stuff for a client.
That's awesome.
So it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be good times. Be good times.
I'll be on another planet probably.
Yeah.
Because I passed my test. I told you.
did?
Yeah. So I'm going out for celebratory measures because I'm entering a new career now.
Yep.
And so, yeah. Maybe I'll be back on planet Earth by Tuesday.
Maybe.
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 If we're lucky. If there's time.
We forgot to announce at the top of the show that this is now the official podcast of the world famous Yellow Rose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
They
We
had
got
to do
that
it for the
fast down
last
then.
one.
Yeah. For the last one, they got in just in time. For the
Right under the
last
gun.
Podcast before the world ends. Oh. And because you're passing the test reminded me of our little text
Oh,
thread
about
we
the
had.
advertisements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds. I think you've got a girl for your open houses. You
And a
can-
band. Sounds like my open houses are going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're going to be big events.
Got bands. Look, you have another band show up
I'll show up.
Oh, you're in.
and play.
You're in, dude.
Sweet.
Yep.
Play
Hell
your
yeah.
open houses and have some girl diddle herself in the parking lot.
Even if I don't play,
There
let
goes
me
my
know.
license.
I don't think my wife's a realtor. I don't think they can take away your license for that.
Well, it sounds like we're going to find out.
What
Next-
can you take your their
fast
license
forward,
away for?
fast forward
I
1
think,
month.
like-
Well, Dustin got me fucking kicked off of the
No longer a part
Trek.
of.
Yeah,
Trek.
Yeah.
Trex kicked me off of their website forever and banned me from ever selling
Shit.
anything the rest of my life.
I didn't
Because
know,
of you
man.
and Jeremy.
We just found her in a parking lot. Jeremy found her in a parking lot.
That was wild.
Wait, what?
Well,
So
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell.
I'll have to
everyone.
show you a video, but apparently the homeless situation down in Austin has got a little bit out of hand.
So I've heard.
Like 5 years ago, it was out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had rolled over to the Yellow Rose where
Mm-mm.
producer of Austin Bureau producer of the show had to take care of some business out there because there was a homeless girl just butt ass naked going to town.
Just
And
by
the-
herself?
And by going to town, we mean yes, she was.
Yeah.
Solo show. huh?
Solo show in a half-ass empty parking lot in the middle of the day.
How does one deal with that? What do you do with that?
He w-
You walk up, excuse me, miss.
We're gonna have to have him
I
on
was-
and just interview him about that incident.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I wish he would have had a broom. Shoot!
Get out of here!
Come
Get
here!
out of here! Or
Get-
water hose. Get off my lawn!
Stop it. Stop
Now!
it.
Here now!
Go diddle yourself somewhere else.
That's watch next time we go down there. That's pretty much how routine it's going to become. We'll be down there. Like,
That's what I
hang
think.
on, guys. I'll get back with you. Hang on. Get on out of here.
I think the city should allow, or at least the fire department should allow the Yellow Rose to have access to the fire hydrant out front,
see, dang,
and they just get a fire hose and spray them out of. Get out of here!
man, that'd be an enema, severe enema.
Yeah.
God, might have to go to the hospital after that.
Like sails just flapping in the wind.
We don't
as
want
they
to
fly
kill
away.
the homeless.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, we don't.
Oh no, we
can't-
don't. We don't
can't-
want to. Okay.
No, that's not a good
Guys,
thing for. That's not a good thing for humans.
Why
to do.
don't we make them jerk off shelters?
There you go.
That's what they need.
Austin
little
needs.
private. That
Just a little.
that's
boost.
something
Needs that. Yeah,
Austin
that's
would
right.
put together too.
It is.
You know,
should-
we got to take
you
up
should
for
go
the
into
homeless.
politics.
You should. You should go down to.
No, I'm
You
too
could run on
honest.
jack off shelters.
You can have a jack off shelter.
I should.
I'm gonna put jack off shelters at every street.
You're gonna be able to wank anywhere you want to wank.
You want to go to Sanctuary City? They won't have any jack off shelters. only the MAGA cities.
You can't jack off at the Yellow Rose, but you can jack off here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is my cousin. He's actually from Spain,
Yes.
just like me.
And
And
I'm related to Carlos. Carlos Sanchez.
Yeah.
Anyway,
My nickname is Dirty.
so whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Anyway, so yeah, that was
was an
that was
interesting
at
video.
Lola's.
Yeah.
None of that was at Lola's that we just talked
Dude, I
about. but
think I
went to
locked
Lola's.
myself
I don't
out
know
of
how
my
I would
Mac.
feel if that happened at Lola's.
Well, I know Brian would love it. Son of a bitch.
Come to Lola's. See someone diddle. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen some crazy sexual things happen down off Lancaster.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I've had
And
friends do crazy sexual things off
should-
Lancaster.
Well, yes, but not in
Not in the public eye.
the Presidio area of Lancaster.
no,
where-
not where you're speaking of.
Yeah, that area, it's just gross and weird and strange.
Public
know.
public bean flicking.
Or banging or blowing.
I don't
or
mind the
shitting
bang.
or
There was a
pissing.
lady for a while that would bring in when I worked at Ritz Camera at Six Flags Mall. There was a lady that would bring in photos. She was a exhibitionist.
That's fine. That's not a homeless
Nope.
person
Wait.
banging. Oh,
Let-
Oh, no.
you want to take that back now?
all right. I'll take it back.
And every single time she would do a session, she always ended up at the little train by the zoo.
Hmm.
And she wasn't bad looking, but after a while, I was like, why is she always doing it by the kids, like that are riding on this train in public?
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, that's awkward.
but I don't know. I'll have to think about who I vote for in regards to public bean flick.
Like I
Would
understand.
you call it a beat-off
everybody
shelter
needs to.
or jack off shelters?
I mean, there's
The
got
chat
to
room's dead. They have no comments on this. But I,
Yeah.
I just want. I don't. Everybody needs to have sex. Totally fine.
yeah,
But
I don't mind that.
do you need to do it right there where everybody under the sun can see
Like you're
if
looking
you
for the
get-
during the middle of the
you're
day?
looking for the thrill. You're supposed to get close to where that could happen, but man, make sure it's not gonna happen.
or get consent from everyone around. Be like, hey, this is about to go down.
Now it's different
Just
if
let
you're
you
on a
know.
lake on a boat and
That's
it's like
true,
boats
yeah.
and hose party and you're just
Like at
going
Lake
to town.
Louisville every fucking weekend.
Yeah,
Those are the same assholes that we're about to talk about, by the way.
yeah. Here we go. As we dive into this. Went to a Cowboy game on.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? You a Cowboy fan? You a football
Hey,
fan?
I'm a
To the
very
bowl,
big fan
y'all.
of disappointment.
bowl.
So I love the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Well,
say
you've
it.
got no disappointment yet.
Not yet. No,
I'm saying
they've
it.
been doing pretty good this year.
To the bowl, y'all. To the
No,
bowl.
that's what will happen.
To the bowl, y'all.
They
We'll
to the
hit
bowl.
December and it will be lose, lose,
Yeah.
lose, lose, lose.
And then you'll hear my rant again about being abused.
and then there
Fuck
we'll
this
either
team.
barely
Every
get in the
fucking
playoff
year.
or we won't. We'll just barely miss the playoffs. That's the way to work.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
This is the setup month. This is a classic
It's-
Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's
Set
the
up month.
worst abusive relationship. We take them back every year in September,
That's
You didn't
right.
know my
and they're
dad.
treating us nice, baby.
Hey,
They're being so
I've
nice,
changed.
baby.
I've changed, baby.
I've changed, honey.
I'm a changed man.
You didn't know my dad.
This is.
What?
Well,
Back up. Huh?
I thought this was a comedy podcast, but apparently,
Oh, this isn't about therapy. Okay, I'm sorry.
oh, we could do some therapy later.
Okay.
But yeah, this is this what Cowboy fan. What is that?
I don't know. It just started playing audio as I'm trying to look
All
them
right.
up.
So, those of you who listen to us that are not from the DFW area, and believe it or not, there are some.
Especially over there across the seas in England. How you doing tonight, London?
That's right. Good day, mate. So, oi. Anyway, this is what Cowboy fans like to call the setup month, or the setup part of the schedule. And generally, this can last till, I believe this might be in Miller's book, by the way. This can last into the second month, into October.
Yeah.
Generally, when the setup month wears off is in right around the Thanksgiving game, wouldn't you guys say? Right
Just
around there is
after.
when it's just after, or maybe that's the start.
Yeah.
But this is what we call the setup month. And in the setup month, life is good.
Life is good. Life is peachy.
And Parsons, good. Gosh almighty,
That
that
guy.
guy. I don't know what to say anymore about
That
him.
guy is maybe the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
We got to get him on the podcast. show,
We
man.
do. We probably could.
Yeah,
He'd be
because I
down
hear
for it.
he's like not into the other like the
Yeah.
rock star shit. He likes to
He'd
just
come
come
over
hang
and just
out.
hang
and be-
out.
yeah. But
Yeah.
dude, if I run into him ever and it's not like he's not on the field, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Like it's gonna be. Usually I don't freak out when I see athletes, especially with all my access that I get from you. But man, he's becoming a superstar.
a
Like he
badass.
might be one of the greatest ever to play in Dallas and maybe the NFL.
Yeah.
The way he's playing, it's insane.
It's pretty ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
They look good.
They look
They
good.
look good. Dak could play a little
Now-
better, I think, but
That can always be said.
But when you have a defense like that, if this is the way it's going to be, c'est la vie.
It's a three-way tie in our division, though.
Yeah, that's,
Everybody's undefeated except for the Giants.
yeah. They're. I think
The
they
Giants
finally
terrible.
won though. I
Or
think
they
they
didn't
won.
win. They won one, but the other
Well, it's only
three.
been 2 games, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the second week.
yeah. There's only been
So-
2.
The
yeah, so-
Eagles, us, and the Commanders are all
That's
undefeated.
good though, man. I
It
like
is
it when
good.
our
Who do we play?
division is tough. I like it.
Who do we play Sunday?
Cardinals,
That's-
which we
should
should
destroy
cream the
them.
fuck out of them.
Yeah,
We
because
should
they
just-
don't even have Kyle. What's his name? Kyler Murray.
Yeah, it should be
Ky-
just a
is that his
slaughter
name?
fest.
The dude that was supposed to change football.
Yeah,
That Coach Bro and all that.
yeah.
Or is Coach Bro the LA coach?
None of that.
We need to get what's his face in
Who?
Ticket. The guy we had from the Ticket that went to the
Oh,
same high
okay.
school.
Yeah,
as you.
yeah.
Jake. We ought to get Jake in. He would set us straight on all this because we sound like idiots when we talk about football.
And
He
someone
actually acts
wanted
like
us
he
to
knows
do
what
a
he's doing.
football show once. That was weird.
What?
And
Seriously?
someone wanted us to do a football show. once.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sally and them.
yeah. That was weird.
Well, I'll
Oh,
do it.
in
I'll
the-
do a football
In
show.
the Pirate days?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wanted us to be their sports show.
Are they still around?
It's like that'd be
No,
fun.
they've been gone for a couple of years.
Yeah, they
packed it up,
They had,
huh?
they had to kill that off.
Is the studio still available? We could rent it.
No. No.
Don't even start.
No. None of that exists anymore.
All right,
It's all gone.
so give me a report card on the crowd.
So
Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun. It was pretty wheels off. I was all over the place at the stadium. Of course, it's opening day. Everything's kind of loose anyway. First real game of the season, and your crowd is automatically almost tripled.
Yeah.
From the preseason games, and everything's kind of all over the place. It's fun, but 3:25 start equals drunk.
I imagine they were drunk well before that.
Yeah. Well,
Probably
They probably started
they
at
started
about 10.
tailgating at like, I don't know, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was, everybody was drunk. Especially, so I spent some time going up to the drummers, up to their little platforms they have in the sky. And that area is the Miller Lite landing. It's all Miller Lite sponsored, a giant Miller Lite bar, all this crap.
Neat.
and just it is. I went up there after halftime, and you look around, and there's
Bodies slung everywhere.
basically all the couches and stuff up there are just people just with the zombie look on their face because they're just toast. And you can read on all their face like, I don't want to be here anymore.
This is
but
before the game.
Not too drunk to go
This is
anywhere.
before the game.
No,
You're
this
talking-
is
or the halftime. right?
halftime, after halftime, going to the third.
Were they playing trap music out there? Any?
Oh yeah, but
No way.
yeah, but it was yeah, pretty bad crowd wise. And then leaving, there's very few games I feel uncomfortable at, and I'm gonna throw Sunday under
Yeah.
uncomfortable leaving there. Yeah,
I live by there, and I was taking my daughter home. I was watching the game, and as soon as the game was over, I was like, "All right, let's get you to your mother's." I shouldn't say home because that sounds stupid in my head.
get you out of here.
Yeah, I got on Center. I was like, "Man, seems to be a lot of traffic." Just because, and I was shooting over to 30. I was gonna take Center up to like Park Road, bust over, get on Cooper, and then just hit 30. Well, I realized once I got to Randall Mill on Center, I was like, okay, this was a mistake. And it seemed like a 75% of the drivers that were leaving
Drunk.
the stadium were a threat to society.
Like, I don't understand how there's so many cops around that stadium.
I think if they started trying to give DWIs in that area, they'd be overwhelmed. They can't do it.
Well, they'd all have to
Oh.
go to Arlington, and Arlington would be overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
it's just chaos.
You know the cops in the surrounding cities are like, oh boy, here we go.
Well, a lot of the cops that are there, like outside of our locker room every game, are 6 cops from Haltom City. You know, they all loan in
Yeah.
extra cops. They come in because
Right.
it's extra pay and all that. But we always have the Haltom City cops, and I kind of jack with them, joking around. After several years seeing them all there, you can
It's weird when you see
You get away with that.
get away
It's-
with them. But I'm like, I smell some of that Haltom City pork around here, and they start laughing.
It's weird when you actually see a danger to society by that many drunks fucking all of a sudden hitting the major
Yeah.
thoroughbred, like our major roads, and is it thoroughfares?
Thoroughfares.
Almost said thoroughbred.
Like our horses.
Yeah, I almost said that.
Mm.
But it's scary to think that many people, because that's what they're doing. They're straight trying to find 30.
Yep.
That's the only reason they would be cruising around my neighborhood. And that,
Where's 30?
yeah,
That's way
and
too far
they're
off
drunk.
30. Yeah.
and it was all kinds of types of drivers. It was all kinds of races. It was all kinds of sexes, everything. But the one common denominator out there that when I was driving, and all I did,
The damn New Yorker.
yeah. And by the time I got to
The Yankee.
by the time I got to Cooper, or I'm sorry, by the time I got to, because I got on Cooper and tried to cross the bridge and then get on to 30 and go. Well, I saw the traffic, and that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, this is all freaking Dallas Cowboy traffic. They're leaving the game and stuff. So at that point, I decided to go down to Green Oaks and hit Trinity and go that way. But until I got away from that area, that 30 corridor right there,
It's crazy.
I was scared that at any moment I was going to get hit or,
Someone
I was
died
going to see
on
someone
30
get shot
Someone died on 30.
Sunday
on Sunday night. Yeah, someone died on 30 right there at Cook's.
because of a wreck or
because of a wreck. Several
Damn,
car
dude.
pileup. They shut down 30.
how long ago
for
or
like
how
6
long after the
hours.
game was it?
Not long.
So it was
It was
definitely
a couple hours.
probably
but it
part of
could have
the.
been. I mean, you never know, but
I'm sure it didn't help.
yeah.
That's scary stuff.
That's what Uber's for, kids.
That's
Ooh, but it.
very important to mention. Actually, dude, stop dude, just get Uber.
It's
Like,
way
it's
cheaper
gonna- it
than
might-
the DWI.
Right, it might take forever, but then you get to drink more.
And walk it off. Don't take an Uber from the stadium. Walk up to the QT. Walk up to something and
So,
help walk.
If you're a real baller,
So-
you walk up to Sunshine Bar,
There you go.
order a shot, then order your Uber.
there
so
you go.
so here we go.
It's not that far of a walk.
It's not.
Because I barely mentioned it a little bit. We saw a little bit at Pearl Jam, but you see it everywhere at the stadiums.
Amateur hour.
Amateur hour at events. I'm getting so sick and tired. I'd rather go see Itchy Richie on the 23rd at the end of the world party at a venue like that any day than go to any of my favorite sporting organizations or bands events
Yeah.
because I'm so fucking sick and tired of amateur hour.
So why don't you do that?
Yeah, I haven't seen you
go
at
to
an
the
Itchy Richie
shows.
show.
Well, I've been studying, guys. I told you I made a career change.
No, it is.
But I'm sick
it
and
is.
tired of this. It's
I'm
it
tired.
takes the fun out of everything.
Like what happened at Pearl Jam is, I get it. You're there to have fun. You just spent a fuck ton of money on tickets. Tickets weren't cheap. But you go there and you're just smashed the entire show. And
I
you're
don't get how
drunk.
you enjoy that.
You're
I
trying to
don't. I
stop-
don't get it either.
Because the point of going to the show is to see the artist. Like,
You're not going to remember the show
Not
if
as
you get that
smashed
fucked
as
up-
those soccer moms were.
I don't
man.
know.
They were
unless,
jacked.
unless they had a bunch of
up.
blow that we didn't see them tooting on, but they started zombie walking towards the end.
Like that one chick that had the shirt and it spoke words of everything about this girl that I was just like, oh God, we're gonna have to deal with one of these. And she stood at the end of the walkway, like the stairway down.
You talking about the girls that started dancing with Scuba Diver immediately?
There was those two right in front, but no, this other lady, she stood at the bottom of the walkway, overhanging the railing and stuff, and
Oh,
just dancing
gosh.
and doing all this
should
shit.
have pushed her.
But her shirt said, "If you're gonna be salty, at least bring some tequila."
oh no.
And so I'm like,
Uh,
I know what kind of person this is going to be the rest of the night, and she
Yep.
was hammered.
that was the
Hammered.
pre-show.
Yeah, and I was just like, good lord! And she stood there at the end. I
What
kept
about
waiting
the-
for her to flip off.
What about
and go
the
down. I
what
was like,
about
she's gonna
the
fall.
girls that were to the right and the girl just starts yelling at the top of her lungs while Eddie's talking, like I think they were doing an acoustic song or something.
Yeah, and she's
and
yelling,
she's yelling
at her
at this guy.
that she's just pissed off at all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, I was so
I
close
saw
to being
them
like,
later.
Man, take your ass back to Elkhart, Texas. Freaking tourist.
Is that where they are from? Elkhart?
I don't know.
Probably from Forney.
Probably.
Probably from North Richmond Hill.
Probably. That's probably where they're really from.
They probably came from
Bunch of assholes.
billiards.
It's probably where they went afterwards.
Probably where they're at now.
Maybe they're like, they didn't play Yellow Lead better. Okay, I'll go to billiards and play it.
It's taking the fun out of everything. And now there's a new sensation going on. I don't know if you've noticed this. Actually, you have because you said you saw one of the events that was all over the place. Well, I used to watch public freakouts. Every weekend when BLM was doing their thing and Antifa and all the Proud Boys were all, let's fight.
Let's
All
fight
that
whatever
shit.
we can.
Yeah, let's just get pierced and fight. I used to just, like on Mondays and Sundays, I would just watch all the stuff from the riots and stuff on public freakout.
People
I loved
fighting.
it. It's
Yeah.
fucking entertaining. You're like, look at these idiot people.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but now, I still do that, but I don't go to public freakouts.
Dallas, Texas TV.
I got-
Dallas, Texas TV is
Bam.
awesome.
Yes,
But
it
and it's
is.
not just Dallas though. There is a problem with Western civilization right now, and it is prevalent at every single NFL game, and that is we're turning back to monkeys.
I was just reading the deal
It's
about
amazing.
Yeah.
about this guy that
Started
died.
in Buffalo.
Yeah, there was a dude that died this weekend
He
at
got
the
into
Patriots
a fight
and
at the
Miami
Patriots game. 53-year-old dude got in a fight and was,
Had season tickets for like 30 years or something.
by the
I
time
think.
paramedics could get there, he was dead.
Yeah,
What the
and there's
fuck?
videos and stuff, and,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. People are videoing these terrible fights and stuff, but not helping.
But there's also a group of people, and I see them when you're in the cheap seats or you're in the standing room only seats. There is a group out there that just wants to start shit with the rival fans.
Yeah.
They just want to get shitty with them, and it's pretty unnerving. And then you
Yeah.
like walking through the parking lot's another thing, especially if it's when the Eagles game's here.
Oh, I'm sure that's hell.
Oh man,
It's hell. The other one that was really bad that I didn't think would be so shocking is the Chiefs when they roll through town.
oh the Chiefs are wild.
Holy
Yeah, they
crap.
party.
Oh my God. It's
They-
not that they just party, they're ornery.
I think
They
I
want
heard-
to fight people.
They want
Yeah.
they're here to fuck shit up.
I think
Yeah.
I heard that at the old stadium that the team that is the visiting team that has drawn the most numbers out of any other team is the Kansas City Chiefs.
There's a lot of Kansas City expats down here, so
Yeah,
that makes
the-
sense.
So, what I don't understand why. So I've watched videos from San Diego. I've watched videos from New York. I've watched video like this last weekend. It was almost like every single NFL game had a big ass brawl and people were just sloshed. And the thing that's very disappointing is it's not. We're not talking about kids at like a college game.
No, they're
These are
grown-ass
grown-ass adults that are going into work on Monday as teachers,
with
lawyers,
black
doctors,
eyes and
with
shit.
black eyes and not knowing what the fuck they did,
Or
and they don't
drunk.
understand that you're ruining the game for everyone.
Yeah, that's
There's
the
no
other thing.
place for this shit.
Yeah.
The country, we're being laughed at already because our dumbass fucking president, and everything they're doing.
And
Now the world gets to watch us be a bunch of fucking sloshes that can't
I-
even keep their pants up.
I blame the internet. People got a taste of anonymity, and they got froggy, and I think now that's starting to spill over into mainstream culture.
It definitely
in-
has
in
not
face.
helped at
God
all.
damn it!
Uh-oh.
What? Did I say
Check
mainstream?
your
I'm
fantasy
sorry.
team or something
No. There was a big announcement today
that you missed?
that and we'll get to that here in a minute, but there's a Cowboy game that night.
So
And I'm pissed off now. I just looked
High
at
on
the
Fire.
schedule. No.
Pussifer.
No. No.
anyway, when we were talking about it earlier, though, let me
Yeah.
say, Chaser, time out.
No, you're
Time
good.
out on the show. Mandy's down to go to the Pacific, so if we want to try to make that show to Red Rocks, bam.
It's gonna be expensive as shit.
I know.
You think?
I really want to go because I haven't seen Primus live either.
Primus, Pussifer, and a Perfect Circle, and a Perfect Circle hasn't played in a long time.
Like 10 years, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive as shit.
It's gonna be worth it.
Anyway, back to
Stop
back
talking
to
me
being,
into things.
back to being
Yeah,
mad at
it would be good.
NFL.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're getting the thing that's funny is so they do this in the EPL and all the soccer leagues overseas and stuff. They're called firms, but this is not the same thing. These guys do
not.
this if they've been drinking or not overseas.
Well, here's
Yeah,
the
this
other
is
thing.
people-
Talk about like
over-
the hooligans, right?
The hooligans, right?
When you go to a Ranger game, real quick, when you go to a Ranger game, and I think this is
I've seen it there too.
This is the big fire though. But when you go to a Ranger game, when is beer cut off?
7th inning.
Okay, they don't have to do that at NFL games anymore.
Oh. Ooh. That's
Yeah.
a
I tell you
recipe
what,
for
You can go
disaster.
outside
Yeah,
to that Miller Lighthouse
just hang out all night.
because they'll have bands there playing for 2 or 3 hours, and that allows them to continue selling alcohol
I don't-
because there's still events going on
Yeah.
at the stadium.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news to the NFL owners, but here's the deal: our country's not mentally healthy enough to do this right now.
Or
Like-
football period.
right? They need to. This is going to end badly. This is
I'm
not.
sorry, Micah Parsons, but
I'm not talking about
we need
fighting
to stop
and stuff.
we need to stop the NFL.
No,
You're
no,
at
no,
the
no,
prime
no.
of your career.
That's not what
but-
I'm saying.
No?
I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
saying that.
Damn, I was hoping that was a pass
I mean, you're going to get me killed. That guy wants to cancel the NFL. No, I'm not saying that. But they got to do something because something.
Hashtag cancel the NFL.
Stubbs cancel the NFL. But something bad's going to happen. Very bad. I'm not
Well, what
talking
else
about
has
just
to
someone
be
falling
bad?
out of a stands or someone like
We've
that.
had people get shot out
talking
in the
a-
parking lot.
I'm talking
out here at
about
the
a
stadium.
mass casualty event is going to end up happening. Watch. There's going to be some kind of.
It doesn't.
You
that's
saw
the thing.
you saw the way the doors opened again. It looked like Black Friday, except the doors are twice as big. Something bad is going to happen.
They're going to open. It's going to be like and this, and I told you the new thing is, so if you have standing room only ticket, that's why everybody's running.
They got to do away with
because you have
that.
to get
You have to get your
claim
spot to hold it.
Yeah.
So now this season, a new thing is you can pay a little extra to walk in early and get your
So
standing
Jerry
room only
Jones is making
space.
money off the chaos.
So it's another extra bit of money.
Dude,
That guy's fucking genius. That guy is genius.
I have not been to a Cowboys game in my entire life. I've grown up around here,
I was.
and now I don't think I can.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let me ask you this:
Oh, hey, Posty.
if I was thinking this earlier, I was like, if I won some contest, I called into the Eagle or the Fan now, or
Yeah,
what
the
is it
Freak.
called, the Freak, and they were like, you just won tickets for your whole family to go to the Cowboy game. I'd be like, can I trade them in? Or
Yeah,
like,
is
can I
there
get
is there
something-
a cash
some free go
option
karts or
on this?
something?
I will never go to.
Give me an
I've
Amazon
already
gift
said
card.
this. If something happens to where or I get done with working out there or whatever, I'll probably never go to a game ever again. I
Yeah, you'll-
have my little cocoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
that
nice.
I can go
You're
and
insulated.
get away from everything or go do. And if I'm up in public, I've got guards all around me.
Yeah.
That will. Now, there
Yeah.
are times at every game where I'm helping them protect mainly the ladies of the team because you got a lot of people that get handsy as
Oh,
you're
I
walking through the
bet.
crowds and shit,
I
Yeah.
bet.
and it gets very weird. And I had to shove someone out of the way this time, and then it's to a point to where no one looks at you when you do it or anything, because it's like,
It reminds me of the Tool of Maynard's lyrics in that song on 10,000 Days when he talks about give a monkey 2 thumbs.
yeah,
The angels are on the sidelines just looking baffled and confused. That's exactly what I see every week right now with
Oh, yeah.
Western culture. It's not just NFL games, by the way, but NFL, it seems like there's more exposure because, like you said, there's cell phones everywhere and everybody's recording and all this. But it's so funny
I always
that
wonder
we have
how many
turned away.
phones I'm on at the end of the day.
We've turned a something that we are supposed to go to get away from real life, watch a sporting event. It's supposed to be entertaining. And it's gotten to the point where you can't even go there without some jackass trying to grope your fucking grandma or something.
Yeah.
You know, you're like it's just
Matt, the
insane.
fridge open.
Oh, my bad.
Can you get me a beer while you're in there?
Sure will, sir.
Thank you.
That's my little rant on what I saw with the NFL. Also, I got one more thing I want to go into about the NFL, unless you want to keep talking.
I wanted to
about
talk about the Cowboys real quick. We never talked about this cup.
well,
Since we're on the Cowboys before we go to the rest
the
of the
ones that
NFL.
you can get the Canes.
You can get this at
like
Canes,
1,000
but
people have.
yeah, but this was designed by our friend Matt Cliff,
Oh yeah, I forgot about
who
that.
that's cool.
designed that poster up
sorry.
there. Local artist.
Sweet.
He
I was
teamed
about to
up.
need it.
Yeah, he teamed up with Canes and Post Malone and put this cup together. And
That's really cool.
you can get it right now because Canes was doing a whole series of Post Malone cups, and I guess this is the big cowboy one. But yeah, this is
aren't you supposed to
Matt
like
Cliff's
collect
art.
them all or something?
yeah, and then they form a robot.
So did Matt
Yeah,
get to meet
they turned
him?
into a transformer.
Was it-
turned
what's
into
his
something?
name?
Matt Cliff.
Yeah, Matt Cliff. I always call Mabe Cliff and Cliff Mabe. Remember?
Yeah.
So I wonder if he got to meet him. Like,
yeah,
hang out with,
in his post, he talked about all these phone conversations they've had going back and
Him
forth,
and
doing all
Posty?
stuff, and yeah,
So they're bros.
getting everything, probably hanging out, doing shit.
Man, I told you that I'm on not one stupid fantasy football team, but 2.
Yeah,
And you knew I didn't want to get in one at period.
we should have just done the one for the podcast.
And I'm fine. We want to do that next year or whatever. You want to do F1?
We already have the F1 one going.
Yeah, but we need to make some changes. Or they do, not us, but they do.
Or you just need to pay attention to it.
I pay attention to. I probably watched more race this past week than you.
Oh, I watched everything
Well, then we watched the same amount.
because I watched all qualifying.
But were you playing?
all
Were you
practice.
playing Singapore new track on your new game?
No.
I did.
Do you have the new game? 23? You have 2023?
Maybe.
Oh.
That's
He's
my
playing
wild guess.
Starfield.
Anyway,
I
yeah,
was playing
I knew
Starfield.
I'd get him on that too. What a race! We'll get to that in a second. I'm in these 2 leagues. One's for a brother-in-law, and one's for an ex-brother-in-law. I love them both. I love their families, both. Right?
Well, one of them
Great
needs
times.
to give us headphones and mics.
Well, he doesn't work for that company.
Son of a bitch.
And Jesse broke one too. Fucking monitor's still working though, all right?
Yeah, the monitors are great.
I got some jackass I don't even know texting, talking shit about me and my team because I had Chubb. Chubb, I don't know if y'all heard, he's out for the season now.
Destroyed.
Yeah, last night. And this fucking asshole starts talking, never met me in his life.
Dude, I'm telling
Starts
you.
running his mouth about my team, and I'm like, what the fuck? I almost pulled an Aaron Rodgers, like, dude, I don't even know you,
I
man.
just want to show this to the camera here. Right there.
What is
I
that?
don't know. It's the F1. I just want everybody to know that I'm in 2nd and 3rd in our league.
I haven't even, dude. Neat. It's you and Tim playing right now.
I know.
Wait, where was that? Oh, so yeah. I'm going to talk about some ethical stuff that you do and do not do on your fantasy teams. Don't talk shit to people you've never fucking met,
Dude,
you moron.
that should be a general thing. It's
People
the
do
fucking
that
internet,
anyway.
man. It's the
Yeah.
fucking internet.
And it's so funny. Why talk shit about something you have absolutely zero control over?
You know
too?
what you
Yeah.
ask him?
What?
Would you say that to my face while I'm balls deep in your mom?
That is the only response.
That is the only response.
You know what? If I
Would you talk
respond,
shit
I
to
didn't
me
respond at
if
all.
I was balls deep in your mom?
But I damn sure tonight I'm gonna go get back on that thread and say, would you say that to my face while I'm balls deep in your mom?
That's the way
For
you do it.
sure. I think that should be the response to anything.
It
Any
should be.
conflict you ever get into,
Would you say that to my?
You just turn it into a Call of Duty.
yeah.
uh,
And then and boo boo
room.
on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty room.
a Call of Duty room.
This is so messed up. I like it when you play the military guys on Call of Duty. They get so pissed off.
They do.
This will never happen to the life.
Before
that,
we
'cause
leave
it's
the
not real
NFL,
life.
down in
That's
the
how I used to feel about Guitar Hero.
we got something down before we leave the NFL. I think this would be a good time to do it. Have y'all heard? Did y'all watch Monday Night Football?
I did not.
Yeah, I watched a little bit.
Did you watch? Did you hear the intro song?
No.
The new Monday Night
Yeah, I
intro
saw-
song.
I've heard
What
people
is-
talk about this.
Are
Wait,
you
there's
ready?
a new one?
There's a brand new one.
Okay.
And it's not trap.
It's Chris Stapleton,
Oh.
Snoop Dogg,
Oh.
and Cindy Blackman on drums, who is Santana's wife. Cindy Blackman,
Oh.
Santana.
Okay.
It's Carlos Santana's wife. She's playing drums. I'm going to give y'all a listen to this. Y'all tell me what you think. Now, it does start with a familiar voice that begins it, and then Chris Stapleton takes over. You
Okay.
ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Who's Chris Stapleton?
Country singer?
Oh, that's America right there, man. I hear engines.
A classic NFL rivalry is renewed. These two teams do not like each other, and you got to love that.
Just hold on.
That sounds like a
It's-
Xbox game.
No.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, is this Madden
So,
23?
That's Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
And he said that line because that's exactly what Gordon Keith always said.
He did?
These two teams hate each other, or these two teams do not like each other. There's
he did
a
that on
lot.
purpose?
Yeah, there's a lot of on purpose there. Okay, so here we go.
A rivalry is renewed. These two teams do not like each other, and you got to love that.
Done.
Hold on, you got some time. You got to get the trap beat going.
Oh, this is that jackass that was on all the Yellowstone episodes. Like the first couple.
Chris Stapleton?
Well, that, yeah. He's the one that.
Us versus them, survival. We must win. It's
Oh,
tribal.
Snoop.
My team like Ken, by any means necessary.
Snoop didn't write that.
No.
No way he wrote that stupid shit. This is the shittiest rap I've ever heard.
So we gotta make it. Can you feel it?
That Chris Stapleton guy,
Snoop does not need that money that bad.
he's the one that does that every single sports bar, every single bar in Tarrant County and Dallas County and Denton County. Down,
Tennessee,
Yeah.
whiskey.
Like,
Yep.
shut the fuck. Never mind.
I kind of like that song. I'm sorry. It's a pretty good song.
It was before you heard it at every ass clown bar in DFW.
Well, I don't go to every ass clown bar in DFW. I only go to like two that don't even have a jukebox. So anyway, can we leave that song alone? Can In the Air Tonight be done?
Non-point already fucked
No
it up
Jacket
once.
Required was one of my favorite records ever
Advent.
by anything that had anything to do with Phil Collins.
Local band Advent did a great cover of it.
Did they really?
And that's that. I mean, we should be done. That song should never be touched, used ever
There
again.
are
I
some
highly agree
songs-
with you.
There are very few songs that I hold in such high regard that I think no one should touch them. That is one of them.
I came over here
You
in a good mood.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that fucking song better.
Do you think that? The RoboTuner just threw me off in the
what
in
his
the
smart
chat
ass
room.
say?
Is Chris Stapleton hitting the same note over and over and over? Because that video I made. Was
Oh, is that him?
Yeah,
It
that's
is him, isn't it?
And I looped it for like 5 hours.
Man, how does Matt remember that stuff?
It's a funny video.
It is a funny video.
So
is Diabetes.
So Diabetes is pretty good. I would have kept that. I would have looped that forever. No. Do you think Phil Collins thought when he wrote a song about his friend dying? That's
Is
what
that
the
what he
song's
actually
about.
wrote it about?
Yeah.
The song is about his friend drowning and them trying to get a guy to help them, and the guy wouldn't help
I thought
them.
that was an urban legend.
No, the urban legend was the murder thing, like
The
the,
whole
lady
murder.
in the front row and all, or the guy
Yeah.
in the front row or something.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So Do you think Phil, when Phil Collins wrote this about his friend drowning,
Oh, not that Phil.
that that would have been awesome too. That it would be used for Monday Night Football. Like it's an energetic in the air tonight. Let's go, and we're gonna have Snoop.
Doing the most pedestrian ass
Yeah.
rap he's ever done.
And then
That
you
sounds
got,
like it was wrote by one of those girls that was at the Pearl Jam show.
It was written by white AI.
Yeah, that's what it is. And Cindy Blackman had to play the drum roll twice. Not
Yeah.
once. We got to roll down
Twice.
it twice.
And that that takes away from what makes it special. That's what you wait for in the song. You don't do that twice.
you
Just
know
Joe
where it
Buck and-
should have been done? That song should have been done in The Hangover. That's the best time it's ever been used
Yeah.
and the greatest scene
Oh,
ever.
yeah, that's true.
And that should have been all right. That's the bookend.
I
We're
bet
done
you.
with the song.
I bet you. Here's how it went down. Guys, we need to get some theme music ideas. I say we'd get Chris Stapleton. I'm Troy Aikman. I say, how about Snoop Doggy Dogg?
Is
and
Troy
then-
Aikman like a British pirate or something? What's going
Or
on?
is he Howard Cosell?
He's just
What's
very-
happening?
He just doesn't have much of a personality.
Pirate Howard Cosell. Like, what is happening over there?
You could put a beat under that.
You guys
Should've.
interrupt me one more time, I'm playing that the rest of the show.
That should be a 5-hour loop.
With Chris Stapleton playing a solo behind it. You should do that. How many views did you created that, right?
Yeah.
Or did you rip it?
No, I created it.
How many views does it have now?
I don't know. I have so many. Making so
Was it
much
the-
money off my YouTube channel.
Was it the you need to do all three. Diabetes, Chris
Diabetes.
Stapleton, and then
I put
Cemetery Gates.
Did I do it on the JJTM? Because
Gates. Diabetes.
Chris Stapleton playing the same note. It's called Chris Stapleton Rocks. It is 1 hour of this.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like sitar Indian like meditation music, only really fast.
You should
Someone
turn it into
commented-
a meditation track.
The guy commented, he said, I almost lost an hour of my life to this. I'm glad I skipped forward. Yeah, so it's 1 hour of him playing the same note over and over. It has 5,000 views. So yeah.
Because it's genius.
It's in there.
I played that while I was studying for my test.
It helped you concentrate.
Helped
It
me
was
concentrate. That and
focused you in.
diabetes.
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 All right, Richard. We're turning to you.
Okay.
But
Oh, do you want to talk about Formula 1?
yeah,
Are
and
you watching
I
Formula
started
1?
a TV show
No,
too.
I'm not much of a sports guy overall. I get all my sports information from y'all.
But is
so-
Formula 1 really
That's
sports?
terrible. You're not then.
It's more
Exactly.
about watching rockets on land.
See, I haven't watched it, so I don't know the experience. In my
If you're
head,
going to watch one, this weekend's going to be the one to watch.
what do you
This will
watch
be a
it
fun
on?
one for sure.
What do you watch
Japan.
it on?
ESPN.
I don't have that.
You can watch if you do the TV.
Hulu.
Sky's the network that's
Sky
filming
Sports. Yeah. If you're a Brit and you have Sky Sports,
YouTube
as your
TV.
network-
Do you have YouTube TV?
I do not. I've got. Do
you have
I need to go
encyclope-
through my?
Do you have encyclopedias?
No. I've got Wikipedia on my
Did you ever
phone.
have a vacuum cleaner growing up?
Did you have a
Not my own personal one, but there was one in the household.
Okay,
yes.
that's good. As long as your parents had one.
Did you have a maid at your house that your mom called the help?
No, my mom was the help.
Huh.
Yeah, did I get weird?
It did. Because I can't really make a joke because Dustin will make it some kind of KKK rally.
Or be like, is that what you're going to say to me when I'm balls deep in her?
Say that to my face when I'm balls
Yeah,
deep in your
when I'm
mom.
balls deep in your mom. Anyway. Good Lord. Anyway, Formula 1.
We had a
This
great
week
race. It
in
was a fun one.
Singapore was a great race because for all of a sudden Red Bull can't dominate
I'm starting to go
on
me
this
now.
street course. Huh?
I'm starting to go me for Verstappen.
You're going to have him killed?
That's how great of a race this was.
Oh. It was a pretty damn good race. It was
Yeah.
really, really good to watch. It was
Those
a
last
nail
5
biter.
laps, man.
Oh my
Good
God.
gosh,
And then
almighty. I thought-
watching someone that could have, he had the car. Okay, I'm gonna dumb this down for everybody listening. George Russell had a car. He had brand new tires, and he was
knew it, too.
ripping through there, catching up.
He was on
And
the radio saying, "I got
Yeah.
what do I need to do, guys?
we
I
can
got
do
this in the bag."
10 laps, and he was like, I don't know,
He was
something like
pulling in on
11,
Norris.
12 seconds behind the leader. Okay, which is
Damn,
a
that's-
lot
Yeah.
in Formula One. And he's like, we can do this, and he just starts eating up the track, and he starts passing people and passing people and passing people
with his teammate right behind
yeah,
him.
with
Like
Lewis
Hamilton,
Hamilton right behind him,
which helps.
and they're helping push each other through things.
They do shake and bake.
Yeah,
Just about, pretty much, yeah. So they're hauling ass through there and catching up, and it's down to like the last 2 laps, and I'm just sitting on the edge of the seat going, this can fucking happen. The
Yeah.
pace he's making,
He's gonna do it, and it
He's
could
gonna
be a
do it.
1-2 Mercedes.
See,
Yeah.
I'm used. My experience with racing is Devil's Bowl out in Forney,
That's fun.
which is fun.
yeah,
That's a
that's cool.
good time, and NASCAR. And NASCAR, I'm sorry, is kind of boring.
NASCAR's boring as shit. I used to go out there all the time to cover it, and NASCAR is boring as shit.
I've never felt sorry for George ever. All his whining he's always done. I've never felt sorry for him,
Until
but this
now.
time I did. I
So
felt
they're
sorry
coming
for the kid.
in. They're on the
I guess I've just spoiled it.
second to last lap, or was it final lap? Second to last lap.
It was the second to the last lap,
Yeah.
I believe.
So they come around this corner, and he's in third place,
And he
right
is
behind
right on
Lando
Norris's
Norris,
ass.
right on his ass. And they're following each other, and they go to make this turn. They go wide. Well, you see Lando just barely skim the wall and make the turn.
Oh shit!
Well, Russell followed right in his path, but hit the wall a little harder, lost control,
I
and
think
went
Russell
nose
was on
first
older tires,
into
though. That's why I thought
Lando was on older
thought
tires.
the one that had the best tires was Hamilton.
Yeah,
He was in the best shape. That's what I thought was going to
but
happen.
they double
But
stacked them. They had the same H tires.
No.
They
they
double
weren't-
stacked Mercedes coming in.
Okay, go back and watch it. They'll tell you George's tires were the worst out of that whole group, that front section.
Well, he had worn them down by what he
Trying
was
to
doing.
catch 'em?
Yeah, trying to catch them.
That must be what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
So,
he had torn them up because
he-
trying to catch them, but he didn't care.
Yeah,
because
he
it's the
didn't
end of
care.
the race. He was like, "Go
Screw
all
it,
out."
Yeah.
Can you think the slipstream, which is drafting in English, that's why Hamilton's tires weren't as bad off as Russell's were?
Yeah, no.
And that's why Russell went to the wall. Anyway,
they were hot.
he-
they were
they
super,
were hot
super
and-
hot.
and the ground that those two had gained in the last 10 laps was unbelievable. Like they were still fighting Perez at the beginning of the last 10,
Mhm.
weren't they? And Perez was
Just-
way back.
And just started ripping through.
Or
them.
was it Leclerc? Anyway, they were fighting with somebody like back towards like 7 and 5 or something like that. And then they got it in their head, and both of them were on the same page. And like I said, I don't like George. I'm sure, and it's just because he reminds me of one of the characters on Game of Thrones.
Which one? Joffrey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
he's-
yeah.
That would be
He
the
reminds
one
me
that
of
would.
Joffrey.
That would be the one that I'd be like,
He's
oh,
just,
fuck that
he
guy.
he reminds me of.
He is
just a-
super nice. He's always
he's-
nice about things, but
but
he's
he's-
got a
you can-
weird look to him.
and
And
he
he
cries.
cries.
He
He
cries,
cries a
and
lot.
you know that's why he kept the helmet on when he did his walk back,
Oh yeah,
is because he was probably crying, and I don't blame him.
he was.
This one I
pissed.
really
This
felt bad
one-
for him. I was like, damn, that
'cause he
should have
had
been
it-
his.
He had it in the bag.
And
But
then it just-
boy, that Ferrari, Sans, man, that
But
was
that-
his second ever F1 victory, and his first for Ferrari. I was so excited for him, and then hearing Norris and all of them, just the way they were so pumped up and like fucking around with each other afterwards and stuff. It was a great race. It was
So-
by far one of my favorites
Yeah.
this year.
Practice on Thursday is going to be wild.
Yep.
Because
They get axed. There's axes. to
well,
them.
and qualifying, Lance Stroll with Aston Martin slammed to the wall and destroyed the car, ripped the car almost
Have
clean
they
in
up-
half.
what's up with him? Is he still?
So here's the deal. He tore himself up pretty good. He said he was okay,
You see
but
how
they went
violent
and
that
had
thing was?
violent
Like
and the
his
way
head
the wheel
motion.
but his back and neck are kind of jacked up. So Aston Martin has told him he's going to sit this race.
They probably should.
Guess who is in Japan and said that he would return if there was a Japanese race. and
Ricky Bobby.
He would drive the car.
Ricky Bobby.
Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian? Yeah.
So Vettel may take his spot. And we'll find out practice, but everybody's saying, Vettel's running around the pits and everything.
Yeah.
And he was coming to Japan to hang out and be a part of race activities and everything, but that's his favorite track. And that he used to always dominate on.
It's going to be fun.
And if he shows up to sit in that seat, it's going to be
wild.
Everybody's going to go nuts.
What'd you think of the changes to the track at Singapore?
It's weird.
I know it is weird. All of a sudden, it's
very
a wide
strange.
open in like 3 spots.
Yeah, it's
This
very
was the
strange.
one y'all were saying was like the rainy track. That's
Always
narrow.
rain.
And it's a hard. There was what?
All 90s.
They took out 4 turns.
Yeah, it's all hard
At
turns.
90s, yeah. Like he was saying, it's
shit.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
all,
now I
Instead
want to
of
watch
going-
F1 just to see how they handle
So,
those fucking
it's
turns.
a street.
So here's the
it's
deal.
a hardcore street course.
What
they
they
shut
did-
down the city streets.
Yeah. It's
and
like
it-
how
oh,
Vegas is
shit.
going to be.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Pause. They're going to shut down the streets in Vegas, and
They
there's
already
gonna be F1
started. Yeah, they've
Yeah,
already started.
They've already started re-asphalting
putting
the
it down.
drag.
Dude,
The longest.
did y'all ever
straightaway-
play Cruising USA? I'm just saying.
Hell yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But this is going to be
With cars that can go over 250 miles an hour at points.
yeah.
Well,
That's-
220.
Okay.
I mean, they
I think
can.
y'all have me sold on it.
But they so
That's bad.
what happened at Singapore is you had a track that actually made a 90 turn, went around the hotel up close to the water, and then made a 90 turn right back, and then started. They took that completely out, and then so now it's just a big straightaway on that area, and completely changed the way these teams race race it.
Mhm.
And
And they have
every
that
team
weird
made really good adjustments except one,
Red Bull.
and I expect him.
Does not give you wings, apparently.
I expect
well, it's-
Max to be fired
It's
up.
the first time in 15 weeks they went 308 days without one of the Red Bull cars being in first, winning a race.
They're the
Damn.
closest team to them right now is 200 is more than a half of like they're
You'd
they're
have
like
to take all the points of all the other
points
teams
of all the teams and
to get
add
even
some,
close,
right? And add
yeah,
some, I
to
think,
get somewhat close.
Really?
to get
Yeah.
close to where they're at.
They've been dominating.
So do they? Okay, since it's Red Bull, do they affiliate with any of the car companies? Do they have specific cars that
Yeah.
they
It's Hondas.
really?
It's a Honda engine.
It's a
Okay.
financial sport. It's a
Yeah.
it's a business.
It's-
big
Oh, I'm
time.
sure it is.
It's elite.
More of a business.
Like, if you know NASCAR, and NASCAR is a lot of
Kinda,
people
yeah.
say it's a redneck sport, and it's a lot of redneck shit out there.
It's a
and
money sport.
But you go out there, and there's a shit ton of money out there, and it's not all. Your broadcasters are rednecks, and your drivers are good old boys or whatever, and big old giant, huge dudes that are sitting in the cars and stuff, and it's all just.
It's only
what it is.
presented as a blue collar sport.
But there's a fuck ton of money out there, and there's a bunch of money dumped into that sport. Now you take that and multiply it by 10, and you're in the most elite that's going all over the world
Yeah.
with the elite car manufacturers.
And the driver profiles are a lot like fighter pilots, whereas a NASCAR
Yeah.
profile is just like a shithead that races all over
Any
South
dumbass that
Arlington
can-
and North
I mean,
Richland.
really-
Any dumbass that can get out of
As a
Cowboy
Mustang
Stadium
or
on a
Camaro.
Sunday.
That's right.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. If you've ever sat in one of those NASCARs or
Oh,
ever
it's
ran
cool.
on that track, it's cool as shit. But anybody can do it. I mean,
Yeah.
literally anybody can do it.
My friend back in high school, for his birthday, I think his mom got him back when they did that, when you could race on the
yeah.
track.
Like do
Yeah.
like 5 laps.
Yeah, and
I've
he
done
was
it in a
just like,
pace
"This
car
easy."
twice. No,
You
when
can-
I
you
did
can
it when I was
still
at
do
the
it out there.
when I worked at the radio station, the guy that took us around actually like did it like okay, this
Lit
is
it
actually
up?
what it's like when there's a race going, and it was cool. I never realized how steep the incline was out there until I did that. It's insane.
And it's worse now because it's gotten steeper because
Yeah.
of the way they've had to redo
Are they still
the
doing the Indy race up there?
corners. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind
won't do
going
the-
out there for the Indy.
The Indy
race.
races are fun out there. The kart, they don't do cars.
These people passed
out
out.
there. Well, cart doesn't even exist anymore.
I don't think so.
But yeah, they do. Indy League still goes out there, and it may be coming up. I can't
There's
remember
always
what the
tickets
schedule is.
available to it. I never understand why, because Indy's fun to watch.
Well,
It's just not as fun
here
as,
lately, you can go to a NASCAR race out there for under $10.
Are they struggling?
Oh, very struggling. Lots of empty seats. But
Traffic's
it,
not near as bad up there as it has been.
I think
It's-
the millennials are just not into it. I think Gen X honestly was the last.
They probably were.
We were the last
There's a
ones
lot
that
of
were
weird things that are kind of out there.
like, oh god.
Now you can carry your own cooler in there and sit down at your.
I thought you had always
seats
been
and-
able to do that.
They stopped for a little while. They brought
Oh.
it back.
They're like, we got to bring that back. We're
Yeah.
we're losing our butts.
But it's I'll go out there and watch an indie race, no problem. That's fun.
In fact, we probably will this year.
Yeah, it's a different world. It is a different world
It
of,
is night
of
and day.
racing. It is night and day. It is night and day.
I
There-
think the coolest part of F1 NASCAR, it's the same thing. It's just as cool as far as engineering goes, but F1 the drivers can't only the drivers are pretty much engineers themselves too. They have to sit in and listen to all these and make these adjustments to these cars, and these teams like Mercedes and Red Bull, McLaren, they are serious. They want it to the perfect calculation.
Yeah.
So these drivers are smart kids. They really in the series, the Drive to Survive, they really are compared to their driver profiles are compared to fighter
You
pilots.
got Netflix?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go watch Drive to Survive.
Okay.
Man on Fire.
Season 3, episode 9.
That'll get you hooked.
Okay. On it. Finally talking about one I have, guys. Thank you.
Speaking of that, you started watching the show.
I did. I took
And
your advice.
Invasion.
I started Invasion.
And
My paranoia level has gone up to about 25% more.
do you
than
have Apple
normal.
Plus?
I do. Yeah.
What's with the shows? Like
the
Apple
sci-fi?
is putting out
They're killing sci-fi right
And-
now.
expensive fucking shows that
And-
are good.
And they haven't upped their price like everyone else. Isn't it
No.
still like $6 a month?
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't canceled it.
The morning show started this week too.
That's a great show.
That's a
too.
So
great show.
I couldn't get into it
Jennifer
the first time
Aniston, right?
around, but I saw the trailer for this season, and I saw John Hamm's in it, and John Hamm's my boy.
Yeah.
So
He's got a big dick.
that's what I've seen. Not in person.
He's got a big dick.
That's what I've been told.
I love it. I think the writing's going to get better as the series. Is there only 2 seasons?
Yeah,
Is that what it
I'm
is?
caught
It's
up
still
as of today when I was getting the show ready and putting some stuff together.
I bet the writing gets better.
it gets a little weird,
Uh-oh.
but in a way I wasn't expecting type way.
Yeah.
But I have no problem with it. I'm sticking with it.
It's-
I'm not really worried about post nuclear apocalyptic world as much as I am when the invaders come, just being ready
Yeah.
and being in that world and having all my stuff.
When did
and,
you start Invasion?
uh,
Did you start when the series started, or
No.
was it okay?
the first season was all the way out and I watched
When-
it all at once.
When was that?
A
Because
couple months ago.
all right, I got a question that disturbed me and Mandy.
It
and
made
I
me
wanna see-
uncomfortable.
There's
I
a-
kept watching it.
Right, it is
I
a
wanna
very
watch it now.
it reminds you of a earthquake, like those disaster movies that we
Yeah.
used to have on ABC on Sunday nights sometimes.
Oh yeah.
What was
Let me
the one
ask
with
you
the
about
nuclear
this.
bomb that blew up
The Day After Tomorrow or something like that.
and blew up Denver, and those people
Yeah.
are just sitting there going,
Yeah.
That one creeped me out.
Yeah, I think I had nightmares about that one.
That one freaked me
I
out.
got
as
I got a
kid.
question about a line though that you might remember if it's been recent that you started it. How about the writer putting in when the kids were talking, they found that truck. This is season 1. They found that truck, had some stuff, some food, and there was a radio and all that. How about the kids' line? They're freaking out, saying this is not an emergency's happened. It's like big deal. The Russians finally dropped the bombs on the Yanks. We knew that was going to happen. What'd you think about that?
Yeah.
Like the whole world is just watching us, going. It's just a matter of time for someone nukes America.
It's weird watching modern shows like this.
that are
and
accepted their fate
Lines are thrown in that affect modern shit.
and
like-
show.
So it's
on
set
sci-fi.
in modern day, technically.
Yes.
Technically, yeah, maybe a little bit
Because
ahead.
that
but
sounded because that sounded
I don't
straight
know.
up.
I don't
yeah,
know
Red
because of
Dawn.
the. I don't know because of the battle, the soldiers. I think it's modern day.
yeah, I was only saying it's a little bit ahead because of like
JSA and the
Yeah.
the way they had
the way the Japanese Space Agency is in there. There's a whole, and there's some stuff.
It's weird though when you're starting to get.
You bounce around the world. That's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
and it does make you nervous. It makes you nervous, but
I haven't either
when
watched
they
any
start-
Ahsoka.
You haven't? Hold on. Where's the sound? I gotta find the other one.
It's just scary because now like you're starting to get a group of people, like intelligent people, are starting to speak their mind about what Dustin and I talk about every Tuesday, what they think's on the horizon, and it's like it's being more and more thought. Like people are, it's almost like Eddie Vedder the other night. We're watching. He brings up, yeah, things have really gotten crazy. He goes, I understand. He basically was saying we need to be empathetic with each other because I feel it just like you feel it, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's happening more and more. I feel like in entertainment, in music, in every aspect of entertainment. Art's always had it. Music's always had it. So
Yeah.
we've been. If you're a musician or an artist, you've been surrounded by this kind of talk forever. But
Exactly.
it's weird now that the mainstream is actually starting to be like, hey, the writing's on the wall about Western civilization.
Yeah.
I watch NFL videos on the
It is.
weekend. The writing's on the wall. We are declining as a civilization, and when that happens, I'm afraid America, once we're done,
Have you seen Idiocracy?
we're done. The whole that's the thing that's another thing that's scary. How close we are getting to
I
what
don't know.
Idiocracy was like.
It'll be kind of fun when all you do is wear Crocs and pull your shirt out
Yeah.
of a vending machine, basically. That's
Yeah.
gonna be good times.
I just,
What
I
do you
think,
do
I
with all
think,
the old shirts?
I think that like what we were talking about with the NFL too. I think this is all a product of America and a lot of the world right now being mentally ill.
I
All right.
I think it started with the internet, and then I think,
The internet will kill us.
well, I'm not worried about that.
All right, we got
That's
some
what I
other
was
stuff to
looking
get
for.
to.
Was the RoboTuner hasn't watched any Ahsoka?
And
What?
How are you behind on what we do in the shadows? It's over, son. Last
Oh.
episode was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you got the whole season to watch at once.
That's how you do it though, with what we do in the shadows.
I have to watch it every week. I need my little heroin
Your
dose
little-
of that one.
Your little comedy.
It
And
is
that-
refreshing.
I will
watching
say,
a movie, a
Matt
TV
Berry's
show like
the fucking best.
We're gonna watch
Invasion
show.
and
I watched the first episode of season 2. Welcome to
I
Wrexham.
have not.
Yes, I have too.
It is so great. The way
It
it
is.
started made me laugh.
Is it just like last season? Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just as good? Okay,
Oh yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I was really impressed with it.
All right.
You got 20
Richard.
minutes to promote your shit.
Yeah. How did this get away from us so far? Good God.
I can promote my
No,
shit,
diabetes.
but I have to do it over diabetes.
No. All right. So, of course, for those that don't know, you're the main headpiece of Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations.
Yes, I'm everything before the and.
Yeah. So you call all the guys the Burning Sensations. That's the way it should
to
be.
their face.
Yeah. You're a burning sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's
So
all in the band right now?
So Slim Pickens on guitar, Jeff Zero on bass.
I thought Jeff was leaving. No?
That's changed. That he was.
Okay.
We saved it.
All right.
He came to an audition to help someone. He was like, "This is painful. I'm not going to do that to you."
Okay, good. Good, good, good.
And then Coco Ricky on drums.
Ah, good deal. Good deal. Okay, okay. All right, good deal. Good deal. So this is all your brainchild, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And then you found these guys just to fill in the parts.
So
Let's talk them down as much as possible, real quick.
those fucks. No. So it started out. It was like 11 years ago. Was the original 12 years ago was the original iteration of Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations. It was Brandon Butters, who's in. You've probably seen him around with like West Windows. He's in Stress Palace now. He was on drums. My friend Jeremiah on guitar. My friend Nate on bass. That was the first iteration of the band, and we played out, and then Nate moved, and I moved to Fort Worth in that time, and so kind of just fell apart.
Where'd you come from?
Forney, from Forney, Texas.
Oh, you're a fornicator.
I'm a fornicator.
Good old Forney.
Yeah, that place.
Is y'all's mascot the Gators? It's got to be, right?
No, it's
Forney
the fucking
Forney Gators.
Jackrabbits.
There's a big party
That's
coming
right.
to Forney like next week.
Forney Gators.
This weekend, next weekend. They're shutting the whole downtown down. We're having a big Forney party. You can come out
the
and
Black Eyed Pea Fest.
do shit. I forgot what it was.
Probably
but
gonna have the black eyed peas there.
I heard it on on the Freak
Really?
talking about a big party in Forney.
Oh, are they going to
big
be out there?
Forney celebration.
Is the Freak going to be out there?
Maybe so.
Let's go fight them.
Let's get on Dallas, Texas TV. Fighting.
You don't want to fight those guys. They've got enough meth and steroids.
The guys
to-
on the Freak?
Yeah.
No. I thought. Oh, I meant people from Forney. I wasn't.
You just started jihad with the Freak.
I did. Oh shit.
Bruise on
They don't even know who
Bows
we are,
to
so
Arc.
that's cool.
Bruise
It's
on
a big
Bodark.
bruise. Yeah.
Blues or bruise?
Bruise. It's a big beer festival.
For such a Baptist town, the fact that they're having a beer festival.
So we might get
And-
some Dallas, Texas
Yeah.
TV off that.
Oh, we might. Well, and they have a distillery out there,
Yeah.
Lone Elm whiskey. That shit is
Lone Elm is good.
delicious.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I grew up out in Forney and lived out in Dallas, Garland outskirts until like 2008. Then I
When you
moved to
wised
Hazel-
up. Get out
Yes,
here.
I did.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better.
I know. I try to tell people all the time,
Yeah.
man.
A little more laid back. A little more chill.
Like I've lived in
Little more
Dallas a few
chill
times
and-
in my life, and it's
I mean,
not,
up
not as
where you
cool as
live.
Tarrant County.
You still got to deal with the Heritage Trace stuff.
Whoa, the what Trace?
Heritage Trace? The traffic up and around that area.
Yeah,
It's getting a
that's-
little bit crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's
I thought you were saying
since,
heritage. My
since they
heritage
opened up the
don't run.
Texpress stuff. Since they opened up Texpress, that's gotten way better.
This heritage don't run.
What up there?
I used to live up there too. Actually, I lived
Yeah?
off of 17. I lived in McPherson Ranch. I was joking about it a while ago.
Oh,
I had
okay.
a house out there when they first developed it.
Did you ever know old man McPherson?
No,
You didn't?
no.
He owned a crap
oh, yeah,
ton
you
of
did
land.
you did a lot of work out there.
Well,
during those times, didn't you?
yeah, but his main property was up where 9 acres used to be. Like back up off there
Mhm.
was where the big McPherson Ranch is. It's now a park, and they built a housing development.
Yeah,
But his giant silos are still out there, in a water tower or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
They've left it as part of the park, but he was
Is
a
he
cool
with
dude.
us still?
I don't think so. He was an old man when I was a kid.
Who's the people that have the little boys ranch, which always made me feel weird when I said it.
Yeah, that's awkward.
I don't know.
Well, it was right there, right behind my neighborhood, and every time we drive by,
Was
well,
it,
look,
was it
there's the little
sponsored by
boys ranch.
NAMBLA?
Well, yeah, that's weird.
I mean,
Was it the Elizabethtown Boys Ranch?
it was weird for me to even just say. I can imagine what was going on, and
Did y'all ever live up there when
it was
that-
right there by the Buddhist temple. Like that's where the boys ranch.
Oh,
was.
okay. I know what you're
yeah,
talking about now.
you're talking about now. I don't remember whose that was. Did y'all ever live up there when that development was abandoned and it had the big clock tower in the middle of it?
Did
No,
lightning
I wa-
strike it?
I
and
wasn't over
hit
yet.
A
Or-
DeLorean?
No, it wasn't that
going
type of.
88
It was
miles?
a big like tall tower, and it was in the
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
of a hill, and people would go down there and drink and party and sacrifice
Yes,
shit.
I do remember that.
The good old days. Of
The good old
sacrificing
days.
Shit.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to that property.
You know what's
It's
weird?
probably 4 houses now.
Probably.
When all that area was getting developed, I wonder if you might remember this. Actually, it was a little after, but do you remember when I lived in the apartments on Main was it,
I went over there once.
okay? So you know what I'm talking about. What is that street
Yeah.
called?
Golden
Uh,
Triangle?
Yes,
Keller
but what does
Main?
it turn into when you go to the south side or the
you go to South Lake?
South Lake side?
Go to South Lake Boulevard.
1709.
I lived
Yeah,
on. I lived in
1709 all the way.
on some apartments there, way overpriced, by the way.
Were they the
uh,
ones right next to like Keller Town Hall?
Right there by Zaxby's.
Yeah, right across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there, the bank that's on that corner, there
Mhm.
was, a guy got killed when they were making that. Like the safe dropped on him.
Oh shit!
yeah,
Damn.
Was that a
Yeah.
was that 100 Ways to Die in the West?
it had to be because that's
a million
exactly
ways
what
to
it was
die
like.
in the West.
Except it wasn't a cow
Or the ice.
or the ice. Yeah.
How do they deliver ice? How do they make that? I don't know. Bam! Kills that guy, smashes his head in. That is pretty
Man.
funny.
Richie looks really red.
I do.
Oh, there he goes. He says in here, RoboTuner said the urban legend is that the developer ran out of money and killed himself, hence the name. It's called Crazy Man's. I went there when I was 19. It was just a bunch of streets with no homes. It was. It actually was. And the we had a guy that I worked with out of Alliance that killed himself there too also.
Friend, I had a best friend that killed himself when I was at 19.
Well, this was at the same
Hey, me
development.
too.
It's
Actually,
fun.
no, sorry. I was
In the
22.
development?
No.
Well, it was weird
In his
because
garage, and I was the one that.
it was before we had GPS on our trucks. So we all had a meeting one morning and
That's when
said,
y'all could get strippers and stuff inside the vans. And
yeah,
do
they
naughty
said,
things.
he hasn't returned for a day and a half. We need you to canvass the area. And we all went driving around looking for his truck.
a body.
And we found his work truck with a hose coming off the exhaust into the cab. And he just did it out there at that development.
So I got a show this Saturday.
So this Saturday, you're going to be... Yeah, it was very weird. I've never
We'll do
had
the
to do that
suicide.
before.
We'll do suicides next week.
We'll have the replay.
The replay, yeah.
So, yeah, good times.
Suicides, they're great.
Fun for girl and boy.
So y'all, in the last 2 years, counting this year and last, you've been putting out some junk.
Have been. So I kind of use Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations as my catch-all. So it's all pretty much me.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of dancey.
I do. So
It's all over the place. It's fun.
It's all
That's
over
what's
the
cool.
place. So that's kind of. So what I'm working on now is more trying to fuse the two because I do a lot of synth pop stuff. What
Yeah.
the hell?
Oh, so that was my Star Wars
Goddamn-
stories.
Goddamn lightsabers going off over there.
Sorry about that.
So I've been writing a lot of synth pop stuff, and I've got a lot of rock stuff that I've been sitting on for years that I'm
Yeah.
trying to like get out. So that's what I'm working on right now is trying to kind of fuse the two a little bit, and let's see where it goes.
I want to hear a dark record. I was thinking about that today because I've listened through the second record, not Continuous Vaudeville, the other one.
The Itchy Experience.
Yeah, the Experience. And I was like, man, there's a lot of things you could do with this record to make it dark.
So
And I've always thought that every time I've listened through it, I was like,
so the first EP that I put out on
Call
my
it Itchy
own,
Teeth.
Itchy Teeth. That's awesome. Was called Low, Slow, and Dark. So because it's the internet and you can do whatever the hell you want, I
Mhm.
deleted all of that and just put. So my first 2 EPs and singles is all under the Itchy Experience. I'll send you. It's darker. There's a song about my friend that killed himself.
well, I mean, it doesn't have to be dark subject matter. It's just
No, I
fun.
know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but like it's
Evil
the
sound of
first
music.
one. The first one was like that.
I think it should be about diddling, like getting diddled by your uncle,
Or going to the little boys ranch in Roanoke or whatever it is.
or killing yourself while you're in AT&T parking lot, or whatever, wherever it happened,
In Crazy Man's.
or the end of Western civilization,
September 23rd.
or it could be October 4th.
We
or
don't
the
know.
14th.
Or the
We have no
14th.
fucking clue when
We
this
don't know.
world is going to end.
One day the world will end.
Yeah, that's all we know.
Could be about
That's all
that.
we know. But no, so that first EP is kind of a dark. My favorite band's Depeche Mode, so it's got that kind of Depeche
Well, you
Mode.
can
What were
hear
we
it
saying?
when I was playing some of the tracks earlier. We were going through, and I was like, trying the best one to start the show with,
Oh, okay, yeah.
a fun one. And we were going through the experience, and that what track is it? Got it pulled up right here. Was Dead on Depeche Mode.
Probably Isolation.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is right on.
It is fun doing that type of music. I've dabbled
It
with
is.
that, trying to
Yeah.
because I'm trying to set up a studio at my house,
Mhm.
and so I've dabbled in several types of music just to get to know. Right now, I'm just using GarageBand because it's been forever since I used any Pro
Well,
Tools or
what's-
Logic, and
Well,
so
if you can use GarageBand, it's baby Logic. It's Logic
Yeah.
with training wheels.
oh yeah, but it's fun doing what I was. My point is just it's fun doing synth pop, and
It is.
whether it be
It's a lot
dark
of
or
fun.
not, it's just really it's a fun genre of music
Well,
to be a part of.
It is, and where I've had trouble.
Did I
is-
say jizz pop?
no?
Or synth pop?
No.
You said synth pop.
But
we
Jizz
do-
Pop is coming,
It is coming.
technically.
No pun intended.
That should be
Jizz pop
Jizz Pop is coming.
trademark.
Damn it! I was gonna take that. I was gonna say
There is a
my next
genre.
album's Jizz Pop.
Well, the Cantina band in Star Wars,
Oh, that's true. It's Jizz.
that's Jizz Pop.
I think they play a lot of jizz pop at the boys' ranch.
Oh shit!
Good
Sorry,
Lord.
I had to, man.
It was right there.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, that so, and the reason I started making synth pop was I was in this band. So to spare you the long story of my life, I went to college late. I graduated in 2016.
Oh, you graduated.
Yeah.
When did you go in? Like 2001?
The first time,
If you're longer than me, then yeah, you
2004 was the first time.
Oh yeah, you're longer. I went
Matt
in,
just graduated this weekend. He passed his test. He's good to go.
Well, congrats, man. Welcome to the other side. No, I just kind of off and on went to school, and then I finally finished. And then that was kind of one of those things like, what do I want to do with my time now that I'm done with school? It's like, I want to be in a band again. So I joined these two guys in Dallas. We started the WYSIWYGs. And when the WYSIWYGs ended, I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to go back to writing. Like, we had a little bit of momentum, and we were writing some unique shit. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to start doing Itchy Richie again.
Yeah.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I quit music for a while after I got married the first time. And my therapist told me that was the worst thing I could have done.
Yeah.
Because I had a baby on the way, and I decided I was just going to bust my ass and make money, hardcore. And I quit everything. I quit writing words. I quit playing guitar. I quit all of it.
Meth?
Never will I quit meth. But
have you seen the price of Adderall lately? You can't quit meth now. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
So, I think it's important for guys like you to do that, to make sure that you go back and stay with music your whole entire life, because you will get depressed if you deprive a part of you that you grew up with. You probably were like me and Dustin and started farting around with bands and music when you were 13.
I started playing guitar when I was 12, moved to bass when I was 14, and then
Carswell?
What?
He didn't move to a bass. He
my
moved
bad.
to bass.
Sorry, I got lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carswell, that's what you said. Okay. I'm with you now.
I'm with the jokes tonight.
No, I started playing bass because I played tuba in middle school and high school, and the only reason that I started playing bass was my band director knew that I played guitar and tuba. He's like, listen, you can read the music, just figure out where the notes are on the fretboard.
Did they let you play bass in the school band?
They did, actually. So
You're one of those guys.
The Fornicator band, right?
The Fornicator band, yeah. My senior year, I've got a picture of it probably on my Facebook. Got to play Texas Stadium. No big deal, guys. I got to play.
Badass.
Well, it's not
got
there
to play
anymore.
bass on the 50-yard line.
Oh shit! Right
That's
there where
cool.
Nickelback flew around.
Was it during
Yes,
when the high schools do the playoffs?
Yeah,
like after
so-
the Thanksgiving holidays.
Yeah, so it was when I went to
Wait a second. I might have been there.
when I was going to
I
high
might have
school.
too.
Were you at a 3A football game?
No,
Well, they
we
did-
were at all the 5A games. So.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you could have been though. Didn't they have them throughout the day? They'd have like 3A, 4A, 5A, like throughout the day. I
We're
think.
there
But ours were
covering it,
prime
huh?
time. Ours were like 7 p.m. games on Friday nights.
No, I was only there during 5A.
I
Yeah.
only went on Saturdays or Friday. It was usually after Thanksgiving, and I'd pack ham sandwiches with Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, I did. But all 4 years of high school, Forney went to the playoffs. Worcestershire sauce.
Gross. I just vomited in my mouth a little bit. Okay. Anyway.
So
So
I got to. That's
that's kind of badass because
Maybe I should start drinking again.
I was in yeah.
There's beer right there.
I was in band at Richland, and when I moved, I had to go. I was at Richland High School. I was in Richland Middle, Richland High School. I was in band playing trombone.
Mhm.
And when I moved to Hearst, or my family moved to Hearst, and I had to go start. I got busted back down to junior high because they hadn't elevated the grades yet.
Oh,
They had elevated the grades in Birdville, but not in
yeah.
HEB. So I was like, I'm not going to get back into band. I got to fight. I've done all this stuff. I just don't want to have to fight. Fight for chairs and all this shit. I don't give a shit. But they had a bass player in the band. I was like,
that looks cool.
I wanna do
fucking
that.
done that. I could have come up there and we could have had half Ned's Atomic Dustbin going on. 2 bass players and a marching band, or in a school band.
We only did it for one show my senior year, so I think it was my band director just kind of throwing me a bone, like, all right, you're almost out of here.
Yeah.
Have some fun. We did a Blues Brothers show. So
Nice.
Cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did the fun shows during playoffs. That's when we did the cool stuff. We did that. We did a Queen show one year. That was fun.
That's
tight.
awesome.
That was badass.
That's cool.
I
Did you
really
see
liked
that
it.
video of the band instructor doing Rage?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Just the fun that the director's having with the kids and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that was.
That's a classic to those kids.
That is-
We're
Yeah.
playing this classic rock song.
Yeah.
I know, man. I can't even
From the
listen to. I
90s.
can't listen to 92.5 anymore.
Dude.
It makes you feel like you're a grandpa.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention Caleb's gone now. I didn't realize that till the other day. It's the spot.
You can't K-Love your oldies anymore.
No,
And those were good oldies.
Yeah,
If I
were-
wanted a Motown fix, that's where I'd go.
Yeah, and that's the problem is you turn it on and Huey Lewis and the News would be on. You'd be like, motherfucker, that's not oldies.
That's not oldies.
I want to hear Buddy Holly
No, I want to hear.
or Isley Brothers.
I think when it
or-
really hit me is when I started hearing Metallica on 92.5.
I
Like
need
they
to
were
hear
playing.
Yeah.
some Spectre.
They
I
were
need to hear
playing-
some Spectre era stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Before he killed people.
Wolfman Jack.
Yeah, the Ronettes and
Yeah.
like all that good shit.
That's what I need.
The Supremes.
Can't
Right?
go anywhere for that
I was
anymore.
that was
No.
I wanted to actually have that topic today. Was I
I'll have to do that next week.
we will because
One of us
my daughter took my one of my chords for so I could listen to my stores and my music stores in my car.
Oh, I need to ask you something too.
So I had to fight through local radio
Yeah.
this week or
Which
the
sucks.
first 3 days of the week.
Yikes.
Oh my gosh! It's got last time we've done this before, bitched about how bad radio is right now
Mhm.
in our market. It's gotten worse. It's
Dude, it's so bad.
I can't stand it.
That's what I went to school for
I-
when I went back to school was
Check this out.
RTVF, and then I was like,
So that's what I did. Radio, television, film.
yeah.
That was
Did
me.
you go TCC?
No, I went to UNT.
They wouldn't let me transfer my credits at UNT. By the way,
Why?
fuck UNT. Yeah,
Why?
I said it. They
I
said
like to go see UNT.
I transferred my credits from TCJC to UNT.
they wouldn't take mine from TCC to UNT. They wouldn't take my RTVF
You
credits.
better check your record. You might have a diddle charge.
No diddles.
I don't think that shows up on
No.
transcripts.
Check this out.
Not-
It was
yeah.
so bad getting back to radio, and I ended up this morning when I was coming back from getting fingerprinted.
Whoa.
Who's diddling now?
Jesus. We talking
That's
about
perfect.
that was
Perfect.
Might have to pull that for future
The
use.
show might not air. The jokes that are going down. No, but I ended up on what's that guy's name that used to be on Fox or CNN or something in the morning, and he
Glenn
fucking
Beck?
yes. I ended up listening to Glenn Beck because nothing else was listenable. I was like, there's nothing.
He's still on the air?
Yeah, he is, and he's still terrible and sucks. But I had to listen
Yo,
to
he
him.
lives in Westlake
Why didn't
now.
you go listen to Freak?
The Freak was they have 75,000 commercials going on, just like all the other channels, and they're terrible commercials.
Well,
They're
they
terrible commercials.
they lay all their commercials out at once,
also,
and then don't hit them again for the rest of the
and
hour.
that's what
I've noticed.
I don't.
That's kind of nice.
I'm
So,
sorry. That
Radio's dead.
it's yeah, and it sucks
is.
because that's what I went to school. I was an intern with Clear Channel. That's what I was
Mm.
gonna do for the rest of my life when I
I-
graduated from high school.
I
or,
really wanted to
college.
go into radio.
I
so
did too.
When
It's dead.
I went back in 2009 to TCC, and then I transferred to UNT. And at UNT, they told me, they're like, well, you don't even have to have a high school diploma to teach at TCC, so we can't accept your credits. I'm like, okay,
That's bullshit. Really?
I don't get
two
that.
of my fucking professors were doctors,
Yeah.
and one had his master's, so that's bullshit. Two, this is skills based.
Yeah.
You need me to fucking edit some video?
You know
Throw
what
me
it-
in an edit bay.
you
I
know
can
what it
show you
actually-
what to do.
You know, you mean to tell you what it actually was probably, and this is sad.
Money, money, money.
Nope.
Oh,
That's probably what it was.
maybe. I don't know.
Damn the man, especially the white man. Because UNT is like, they're all about the wokeness.
You gotta
bro.
have everything
Like,
balanced.
dude, and it's insane. So that's probably what it was.
RTF.
I just can't.
I went for the T and the F, not the R.
Yeah. TV and film classes were great.
I went more for the R. I wanted to do. It was one of those gradual things. I started going because they had a program at TCC at Northeast Campus, and I was like, I'll just check it out, and if I like it, whatever. And I ended up loving it.
When I went to TCJC, they didn't even have, and they basically, all the curriculum that they offered were all basics. They had a couple of computer, like, programming classes, but other than that, it was all basics. They didn't have
then
anything
everybody
like this.
told me, then the whole photojournalism route came up because of format change.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have to buy a bunch of gear and then buy all sorts of
Kodak 110s.
No bullshit that the format wasn't right.
Yeah.
So, but then that's when I was told, you don't need a degree for any of this stuff if you want to go into pro.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Oh,
as long as you got
Yeah.
a fucking reel
and a portfolio or something.
portfolio, you're good.
That's what when I started working for Clear Channel, they didn't.
You know what?
No
It's
one.
worked.
No, I was the only dumbass that went to college.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. So right out of high school, I went to Art Institute of Dallas because I had these grand.
I remember those
visions.
days.
I had these grand visions of being a director, a film director. That's originally what I wanted to do. And
So you wanted to be in the F side of it.
I did want to be in the F set, but that's when I fell in love with doing audio.
Mm.
We started working on Pro Tools and stuff, and I stopped liking doing video. I was like, whatever, it's fine. But
that R side of it is more the production side of it.
yeah, that's what I enjoy.
You know what? I had a lot of fun. Way more fun than I thought I was my TV courses that I took at UNT.
TV's fun.
TV
Dude,
is
it
a
was
lot
a
of fun.
blast.
Like,
TV was a lot of fun.
Even doing the directing the studio and stuff, and it was so fun calling the camera shots and all that. I thought it was cool as
that
shit.
was awesome.
And
that
then
was
film.
so great.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I went to school for radio, but I loved all my film and TV classes. I had the most fun in all those.
The TV
Met the
studio
coolest
classes
people.
were the most fun
We
because they got
partied,
wild.
too. Oh yeah.
So I've ran across this in a while back ago. A couple of I'll tell you which shows. The Baby Metal show I went and covered because there was a ton of us there, and there's a bunch of youngsters there, and we all start talking about stuff. And one of them was asking me about. She knew all the stuff I was shooting and was working for in all the different places and stuff. And she's like, "Man,
She a
you're
Gen
just
Zer?
always busy." Young. We were standing in front of the stage, and she's like, "Well, this is before. I think it was before Baby Metal." And we're sitting there talking, and she's like, I just got out of school and blah blah blah, and I got all my degrees and everything. She's like, "So what kind of degrees did you have to get all this stuff going?" I was like, "I don't. None."
You're like, neat. Fuck that shit.
None. And she's like, "What?" I was like, "You don't need it.
She hot?
Maybe. Way
That's a
too
yes.
young for
That's a
you."
yes. That's like
No, she was young. Like she was just out,
she's
fresh
like,
out of school.
Could have been at the island.
Maybe, I don't know. Your island.
That's what. That's
in
that's gonna be our
Arlington, in
new
Lake
gauge.
Arlington.
No, what's his face's island?
Oh, not Lake Worth Island, not Goat Island. It's like, what are you talking about?
That's like the watered down
okay.
version of what's his face? Why I can't think of his name.
Oh shit.
The dude
Epstein.
that, Epstein.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Watauga
yeah,
Island.
she was like, "Well, I'm glad I racked up all this debt in order to get this degree that's not going to mean anything." I said, honestly, if you talk to a lot of people or you run into all these different concert photographers and stuff, the big names, they never went to school. It's all about being good and then
It's dedication and passion.
having a badass portfolio and then
Being cool to people too, probably.
Yeah, not being a dick.
being cool is a big thing.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's probably about 90% luck.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of luck being in
Yeah.
the right place at the right time when right things are going down.
Yeah.
And as long as you can back it up,
But that's where that whole what is it that they always say that luck is when opportunity meets preparedness or something like that. That's true.
Yeah.
Like
it
just sharpen your game, put yourself in positions.
Now,
other
if
than
I had
doggy.
been in a spot where I heard that, if I had been in a spot where the opportunity luck aspect of it came up, and I'm running around with a Fisher Price 110, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. No.
It wouldn't have worked.
That's
You're
a lack of
You know,
preparedness.
That's
you
a
know
very
you're
lack of
crushing
preparedness.
my soul right now.
I know.
right?
I found an old roll of 110 film in the garage, and I want to go get it developed and see what's on
you
it.
should totally.
I don't
Who
know
even
what
It's gonna be.
develops it
It's gonna be.
anymore?
I gotta
it's
take it to a big place.
Yeah,
Like-
and it's probably gonna be grainy if you can make any
be
image
awesome.
and just
You should see some of these
Well, I
photos.
don't know, with AI, they
Man,
might be
they're
able
so
to-
great.
like
No.
they might be able to make out
Dude.
the images.
I've got some photos. So I guess when my mom and stepdad got divorced, I forgot my stepdad gave me a box of all the family photo albums, and there's some old shit in there. Old
Yeah.
shit. But there's some photos of like my grandmother when she's younger,
Oh, the
fishing and
bug.
stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
That are big photos that are a little grainy, a little tore up. I'm gonna just scan it,
Touch it up.
Do a little.
throw it in a PS, touch it up. There's one of my sister out in the middle of her head's just sticking up in this vast cornfield that my uncle took.
That's
and
creepy.
you just see her just kind of sticking up, but all the corn's real short. And
Is there blood
I'm gonna
all
do that.
over her overalls?
no, but there will be when I'm done. I'll colorize it because they're all black and white.
That sounds like a good gift for the party.
But there's so many cool ass photos that I saw going
Yeah.
through these books. I was like, I need to scan these and play with them and clean them
Yeah.
up and have.
It's
them
funny
ready to go.
because we're about to out of nowhere, my mom texted me the other day saying we're about to have a family reunion, which is weird because I don't have much family left. And I've been put in charge of getting all because when I moved
deviled
into-
eggs.
no,
Oh.
no,
It'd be awesome.
I love deviled eggs though. by
I
the
do
way.
too.
They're fucking delicious. No, so I have my grandfather's all his VHS tapes, all his film, everything that he had, and of course they want to see all that. And I'm like, dude, that's a lot of work. I don't.
Just take it to
It's
a
fun.
service that does
Take-
it.
I am.
Yeah.
Who
But-
are you taking it to?
I haven't decided yet. I haven't even started looking.
Oh, okay.
So
There's
Because
a
when you
couple of good
do, let
places.
me know because going through stuff in the garage. I got a bunch of VHS tapes too. I need to digitize.
the problem is,
and
I don't know what all is on these VHS tapes. I know
what do you
there's some
think?
of them
You're
are
gonna come
labeled.
across your
I hope
grandfather's
not.
stag
Good.
party or something.
Gosh, I hope not. Goodness.
Hope my grandson never sees me do this rail of blow.
Oh my gosh, is he doing the Cleveland Steamer
Well,
on Grammy?
you bring this up, Jesus. You bring this up, and
I'll
on
have to go to therapy for the rest of my life.
a couple of weeks ago on the Funky Panther,
Oh,
no.
Where's this going?
What happened?
Javier came across as he's
Oh,
going through his
man,
house.
Poor guy.
He came across this box that was he says it's a very ornate box, like not just some random box, like
Yeah.
a box that you would put things in that weren't supposed to be seen and you'd tuck it away and hide
he
it.
made the mistake.
And there were a few videotapes in there, and he's scared to look at them because he doesn't know what's on them.
Don't do
There's
it.
Schrodinger's
Javi,
video
And they
tapes
were
right
talking
now.
about it.
Javier, don't do it, man.
They were talking about it on the show, and I was like, I've got a VHS to DVD machine sitting in the house.
That's one of those things you got to let a third party
Don't
do
watch
that
it.
you
You're
trust.
Exactly.
And you have to be like,
and you
listen,
can go to him and say, "Hey,
I don't know what's
well,
on this.
So give me heads up, man." You
Yeah.
know?
Well,
Let
that's
me
what
know.
I think. What they should do is have a watching party that he's not at, or he's like, it's like a TV and a VCR, and he's sitting behind the TV,
And they're
and
just like,
everybody
"Ah!"
else is just kind of just sitting
That's
there watching.
genius. That is a genius idea.
And you set up multiple cameras to where it's reactions.
That's funny.
You get the crowd's reaction watching, like, "Oh my god!" and then you
Yes.
get his reaction of like, "What is it? What is it?" Like
If they
he's
don't wanna
freaking out,
do it-
like, holy shit! Look at the size of that hog.
Hey, Javier, he didn't listen to us, but if they don't want to do it, the guys at the Funky Town,
Funky Panther.
Funky Panther, we'll do it.
Send the tapes over
Yeah,
here.
Send them
You'll
over
see how-
here. Javi, you just stay. He hangs out outside.
We'll set cameras
I
up and
can't
we'll have
talk
it all
right
set up. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's the way it should be done. Is like
That's genius.
you double
should
side it
be-
like that.
That should be the premise for a reality show. Writers are on strike. I would
There
say
you
strike
go.
while the iron's hot. No
Yeah.
pun
Dude.
intended.
What I tell you, man, you're preaching the choir. We'll talk after this. I've got some stories that I've been telling. We've been trying to. Me and him have been trying to figure out a time and a place and a way to do this, and it is the perfect time if you're listening to us and you do TV, like you have a great sitcom idea or whatever. Put it out now.
Yeah.
It is the time.
but you may not. If it hits and takes off,
You're not gonna get paid shit, but
no, you may not be allowed in the guilds.
Oh.
that's a good point.
Yeah,
You
but
might
what?
get
Even if you're
blackballed.
not already in the guild, would you get blackballed still?
They may not allow you in.
That's what I mean. Like
Even
they-
the
they
lollipop.
still
doing
scab
stuff,
you.
if you put out a show, a pilot or something, it gets picked up and it takes off and becomes one of the best shows. Like all of a sudden, the
yeah.
resurgence of ABC is all based around this stupid show you put out, and they're still on strike. They won't.
You know what's
they won't
crazy?
ever allow you in the guild.
I don't think this is the thing that I don't think actors and writers understood when this whole thing started. I don't think the younger age gives a fuck though. I really don't think that they give a shit. Like
No one cares
no
what's
one
on
cares
TV.
that's right, and no
No
one
one.
cares. No one gives a fuck
And-
if you're a celebrity.
And we're all watching stuff right now
that's right.
that has been already edited, taped, shot, edited, and like all the shows we've talked about. It's already been canned
yeah.
and ready to go. No one was working up to a deadline to get these done.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the thing. The
How
strike's
old are
not
your
really going to
kids?
affect us until probably beginning of next year. Like,
but will it? Because
it may not.
There's so much shit that other people watch in other platforms. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Do you, how many, you said you have
no
kids.
one
Do you have kids?
everybody
Yeah, 3
watches
kids.
TikTok and
No,
fucking
That-
YouTube.
oh yeah,
Dude,
that's
my
all
girls
kids-
don't give
Pokemon
a-
unboxing videos. What the fuck?
You know when
Sorry.
my you know when
People
my
make
girls will
cash off
usually
that.
watch
I know,
TV
that's insane.
or any kind of show or anything is when I say, "Hey, you'd probably like that. You might want to check it out." Something like that. Otherwise, TV means nothing to them.
Well, and that's the other thing is like, I feel like I'm going back and watching old TV more often than not.
Yeah.
So me and my older son are rewatching
That's how-
Community. He's
that-
never seen it before.
See, that's exactly how my daughters. They'll find things like Parks and Rec. They'll be like,
Yep.
"Oh, this is funny." And I was like, "Yeah, this show was awesome."
Yeah.
Or
But
the
when
other,
it's a kid, like Aiden will find something, and I'll be like, he'll tell me, "Hey, man, I found this. I'm gonna start watching it." Blah blah blah. What do you think? I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool. That was a cool show. You'll like it." Blah blah blah. And then 2 days later, he's watched 10 seasons,
oh yeah,
and I'm like, "How the?"
Yeah. he's already passed you.
Or he already watched the entire show,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Community.
Yeah,
I just watched it all in 3 days.
and they know,
What?
and they
I mean, you have to
retain
have
it too, and
nothing
know
else.
what happened. You can talk. They'll know
Yeah.
more. Like I guarantee, if we sat down with my girls at the next game night and we played that Office show,
They dominate.
they would beat me for sure because I'm terrible with names and stuff. But they would beat me. It's weird.
I think that's elder
That's the
abuse.
thing that I don't. Thanks, Dustin. Man,
When your kids beat
I'm
you.
definitely cutting my beard now. That's the thing, though. I don't think that the Actors Guild and the Writers Guild thought that. I think they just underestimated the power of people not giving a fuck.
Well,
And it's a bad time because there's people that are pissed off because Trump, and people that are pissed off because of Biden, and then you got aliens.
They're too worried about AI, which I get. That's totally fine.
I do
They're-
too.
it-
that's
it's
a,
big
and that's
deal.
a fair concern.
It
It's
is.
totally fair. But
Because the end is near.
if you
Fucking
watch
4
this,
days, man.
if you watch this last episode of Ahsoka,
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched any of it.
But I have been grinding.
Did we finish
on Star Wars
Mandalorian?
stories?
So me and my boys have been watching because my wife and my daughter have zero interest
You
in
wanna-
Star Wars.
You want to
oh,
know?
they do.
You want to know the
Yeah,
truth of
so me and the
Ahsoka
boys have been doing. So we haven't watched Ahsoka
of
yet.
the series so far? What I've thought. Now this last one I watched, I have not watched the most recent. Okay,
Jesus, the most recent. Okay, if you are a
I've not
fan
watched
of Rebels,
I am a fan of Rebels.
you're gonna jizz pop everywhere.
Is
Like,
the whole
I
Phoenix
sat
class
there-
in it,
Not all of them.
but the ones that we love.
Okay. I'm just saying this isn't.
Is there a furry
Fuck.
topped big ass creature in it?
No.
Damn it! Then I'm out.
No. You won't be out.
Is there a desert anus?
It's pretty damn funny.
I mean,
That meme. Did you see the meme
Of-
when I'm
That's
hitting
what
it from behind?
Dude,
yes, what
I'm just. I'm
staring
looking at your hair.
that's
What
what
I'm
we're gonna
looking at.
call our toilet next time we go to Big Ben. Will be Desert Anus.
Desert anus.
Where's Matt? He's taking a shit on.
He's on the
Desert
Sarlacc.
Anus. Sarlacc. Yeah.
So there is something that happens this
Decorate it like
episode that
that.
after watching all of Clone Wars and Rebels didn't snap in my head because they're cartoons.
Yeah.
And it didn't put things into perspective until I saw it happen. It's a flashback. I saw it happen in real life.
Does it have to do with a mass casualty event at a school?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's already been covered enough, and
that's Order
in Obi-Wan,
88, right?
Do I know what the event you're talking about?
66, sorry.
It's just a random Clone Wars battle. Is all it is.
Okay.
But the way they do it and how they do it, it made me go, "Holy shit!" Like, whoa,
it was more intense.
That's heavy.
Yeah,
that's real heavy. And then there's some other stuff that happens through there, and there's some cameos here and there, and there's people that pop up here and there.
Tell me
if you're paying attention.
Not just playing. I'll watch it tonight.
That where you're just like, oh my lord! And then the editing job, because they had to use AI on this. This is why we fell down this path of AI. Holy fuck!
I gotta say, I haven't been much of a fan so far. I hope I change my mind tonight, and this is just the. I've
loved it. It's been slow, and it's been for a reason.
It's not that I don't know what has changed. I don't know. Well, who's doing this one, by the way?
Well, Dave Filoni wrote all of it, but this episode that I'm talking about, last week's episode, is Dave Filoni's episode.
Okay.
And
Oh,
when
he directed it too.
He directed it, did everything. So when he does it, that's when everything becomes
Starts
just
popping off.
Fandom. Oh my god.
Okay.
Chaos, and it changes everything. And there's a reason I didn't realize something watching this, because I was kind of turned off at first, but now it all makes sense, and now I love the shit out of it. The way Ahsoka's acting.
I think it might be also I'm confused on the storyline. I don't know what I'm. There's
you watched Rebels though, right?
I did, and there's things that I don't understand about what they're actually trying to accomplish.
They're trying. Okay, at the end,
they're trying to find.
Did you watch Rebels?
No,
they're
I didn't watch it. So I started both the animated ones and kind of fell off.
So you need to watch the last season of Rebels for Ahsoka.
Maybe I didn't watch the last season of Rebels then.
But there was.
I know who it involves.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't watch the last season.
What's his name? The boy. I can't think of his name. Kenan?
Ezra?
Ezra. You know, he's fighting Thrawn, and they get thrown into a different reality and just disappear. Or a different place. Something, you know, these space whales come.
And that's where this picks up. The series picks up.
Gets thrown away. Well, according in Star Wars lore, there's these space whales, and they control the hyperspace lanes. Or they use the hyperspace lanes, and that's how you found out about hyperspace, is by how these whales travel
randomly when
galaxy
they show
to
up?
galaxy.
Okay.
They don't go system to system; they go galaxy to galaxy.
Yeah.
So,
is that why they randomly show up when they're in the hyper?
Mm-hmm. Do you see them like in Mandalorian?
Yeah.
When they're cruising along and.
All of a sudden, there's a whale.
There's a whale over there in the hyperspace lane.
I was wondering what that was.
I was too. I was like, man, that's a weird thing for them to throw into the series.
So that helped foreshadow that they were going to be now live action, because they were in Rebels and I think Clone Wars, but so as they're fighting in Rebels, all hell breaks loose. Just to break it down, and they get Ezra and Thrawn disappear.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to do, is the witch, the Drathmore witch, Jedi witch, whatever, she's building a giant hyperspace ring to pull Thrawn back.
That's what this... Okay.
To take over the remnants of the Empire. That's what the whole series is about.
Okay.
And they're trying to, and since they're going to get Thrawn, that makes all the Sabine.
Yeah, it brings it all together.
And Ahsoka, you know, the whole Rebels group being like, we can get Ezra back. If they're going to get Thrawn, we can get it.
Ezra.
We can go and get Ezra too. And it turns into this whole thing, you know, and it brings the Rebels crew into Ahsoka's
Does Kanan
world.
show up in this episode that you're so high on? Will you confirm or deny that?
I'll deny that. I'll deny that.
Nick Cannon with all his kids?
No.
Oh.
Not Nick Cannon. Does Nick Cannon show?
No.
You know, maybe I'm being too hard on it, because also I've been studying watching it. So it's
I
not
was
like
kind
I'm
of pissed off
zoned in at it.
at how stiff Ahsoka was.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. It
Like
doesn't
the
seem
way I thought it was the way Rosario
was playing her.
was playing her. There's a reason in it.
She's injured or something, or
no,
pregnant.
it changes during this episode.
does?
Like she's so closed off from the Force and so pissed off because of her turning her back during the Clone Wars. You know, basically the Jedi Council tried to frame her.
Yeah.
And that's when she's like, y'all turned your back on me. Fuck y'all. I don't need y'all. I'm leaving the Jedi Order and going off on my own. And then shortly after that, that's when Anakin changed and became Darth Vader and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
she was
what?
away.
Anakin's Darth Vader?
Yes.
What movie did that happen in? Sorry.
You're being
So,
mean, Richie. You're being mean.
You're trying to be a smart
So
ass.
as she fell away from the Force, she became more stiff. And I thought she was playing her pretty stiff in Mandalorian
I'm
and
stiff.
Book of Fett and all that. That's the way she was being. And now it all makes sense. And you can watch at the end of the episode a weight lifts and she changes and things change with her and she's a different person.
She becomes Fulcrum.
Pretty much. Or she was Fulcrum and comes out of it.
Oh, so she's Fulcrum now.
I think she's
Or
Fulcrum now.
the beginning of this.
And then she comes out. I can't remember which one's which.
Okay.
Which stage is which. She's a caterpillar, then she becomes a butterfly.
So she's in her
So are we.
chrysalis phase.
Yes.
We're caterpillars.
Man, it's getting late. We've been here just going off and off, but
Oh,
we
damn,
we
sorry.
still got 30 minutes to go. So here we go. No, I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
Dude, I'm
don't really
fine
like
with
it.
whatever.
I
don't
gotta
give a shit.
go.
Y'all are the ones that have
Um,
to work in the morning.
So what pissed me off earlier is apparently Josh Homney heard our bitching
And it's playing here.
and decided to book more Texas dates. And he booked a lot of Texas dates, like all over the place.
Really?
But Queens of the Stone Age will be here at Toyota Music Pavilion on December 10th, and that's the night of the Eagles Sunday night football game.
Ooh. Are they?
So you can take this
did they-
cup and shove it up my ass.
Who's supporting at it?
Spiritualized.
Have I seen them?
I don't know if
I
you
don't-
have either. They were a
Has it
big
been
thing
around
when I was
forever?
in. Yeah,
Was-
they've been
yeah, it's-
around. They were a big thing in high school.
I'm trying to
A
think.
lot
of
of
what they
people
do.
were into spiritualized.
Eh.
It's kind of cool. When I saw that name, I was like, "Whoa, they're still around." Neat.
Yeah, it
I
could have
just-
fooled me.
It was crazy. So yeah, that kind of pissed me off.
We didn't get to F-35 or MGM.
We should probably start that auction pretty soon.
We probably should. The auction will go up after the show. We're just gonna put all the parts online. And y'all can just auction away. Go to jerryjonestownemassacre.com.
/ eBay.
It'll be a big lot, and we'll just.
Piece by piece, you can get that F-35
That's
yeah.
an-
How do you lose an F-35?
on purpose.
Mhm.
That's
Or
the
it
only
was
way I
hacked.
could think of.
Or it was hacked.
So here's
Or
here's
it was
the
a fucking alien.
the guy ejected.
Yeah, I want to know what you.
Oh yeah,
you
so
said you
I don't
had a
know anything
theory.
about it.
So
Well, no one does. Apparently.
someone was talking and said they were performing at an air show and they were returning to the whatever base is close to there, which I can't find. I just heard that, but I don't think that's true because I haven't seen anything in any reports about that. But the pilot ejected. The plane was on autopilot and flew for another 2 hours before crashing somewhere in the Carolinas.
Also,
Wait, so they found the wreckage of it?
They have found the wreckage today.
But-
Okay,
the-
okay.
but they
So
said that-
it's not lost anymore.
It's not
theoretically.
lost anymore. No.
Okay.
but their GPS, their tracker just didn't work.
So
This is the most sophisticated, like top secret flying craft that
but
we
it's a
have.
stealth plane, man. That's
So
how you know it's stealth. You
They
can't
took
see
the Apple.
it.
They took the Apple AirTag out. That's why they couldn't find it.
something's up,
So
and I like how the media
There
is
is
just laying
something-
out on this.
there is something really weird up about not being able to track it after he ejects. Now I understand that I forgot what it's called, not an IFD, it's whatever. When they eject, goes with the pilot. It goes with the seat and everything.
Mhm.
But there still should be something in the plane to track it and know where
would've-
it's going.
Well, and especially if it's an autopilot, doesn't that work on a separate system where it's talking to something somewhere?
Supposed to be.
It has capability of nuclear payload, right?
Yeah, but if you're flying air show and stuff, you're
If
not
you-
flying.
No,
you don't have a
I
payload.
realize
at all.
that, but you have the
It's like-
they're
That's
for
like
sure
going to a high school dance with a bunch of condoms.
there
You're
is
just
for
expecting
sure
some trouble.
capability to track an F-35 after the pilot has ejected strictly because of what I just said.
Yeah.
If it has the capability of
It
carrying
doesn't
a
even have to
nuclear-
be nuclear.
It
I
doesn't.
mean,
It's a live bomb in the air, so
You-
you have to have the
if
availability
it has
to
any
track it.
payload, you know, you
Well,
could. If
even,
it didn't,
even without any munitions,
It's a
if
bomb.
It's full of
almost.
fuel.
Yeah.
yeah.
If it crashes into something,
So-
go boom.
The thing that's aggravating about this though is the media is just like, well, they said there wasn't a tracking device. Like, all right, we're good here, guys, and then no one's talking about it. No,
No
one's
one's talking
asking
about it.
questions.
Why did the guy eject? That's the other
Right.
thing. If it could fly for another 2 hours, why did he eject?
Exactly.
What was with that?
because it was hacked?
He was he was probed. Have we gotten him in yet? Has he talked to anyone?
He's in the hospital.
He's gonna
and-
go away. I guarantee you. We
You'll
won't
never hear anything
Yeah, we
else
won't
from
hear
this guy.
anything from this pilot.
But it's very, very like that whole story is super odd.
Everything
There's
that's
something
happened
very
in the
strange about
last
the whole
2
thing.
weeks has been super odd.
The
like the-
MGM hacking is my favorite story of the week.
Wait, okay. How did
That's-
I miss that?
It's still going on apparently too.
All of Vegas is, MGM owns pretty much half the strip, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. They're fucked.
Was it like ransomware or something? Like,
Yeah. They tried, they
Oh,
went in with ransomware. They shut. It took them 10 minutes of talking on a phone, pretending they were an employee to get access to the entire MGM system. And at first, they started just fucking around with things and shutting off certain things. And then they threatened them that, hey, we've got
Yeah.
your
got master
entire
access.
we have your entire client list
The
and all
MGM's
their
paid
info,
him off
and
once, hadn't they?
we can release this. And MGM's kind of
They paid him off.
dicking
I
around.
thought.
The Caesars did
Oh,
because they hacked Caesars
that's
too.
fun.
So
Yeah,
Caesars
yeah.
got them, and so MGM was like, no, and so then they started just, we'll shut down your elevators, and we'll shut down the casino,
We'll call your
and we'll.
customers.
What they were trying to do was get in there and fuck with the slot machines.
Yeah.
That was the first thing, and then it gradually grew and grew and grew. So now everything MGM owns on the strip is fucked, and they're losing about $8 million a day.
My complaint
Oh,
too
this
is much like the
shit.
F-35. Why is the media not on this?
Well,
Because
dude,
if
I
they
haven't
can do
even
it-
heard of this.
If they can do this to Vegas, they can do it to Wall Street.
Yep. Well, here's the thing, too. They've, to bring it local, it happened.
They're going to
in-
shut your show down.
Probably. Well, the world's going to end. It's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
They're
It's
going
gonna
to
be-
shut down Andrew's podcast.
That'd be a blessing.
I haven't had that done yet. God.
Jesus.
If I haven't been able to do it, I don't think anyone can.
I'm kidding. Andrew.
Benny Keith got
Got hacked.
Yeah,
got hacked
Yep.
a few months ago, and that fucked.
that's not
a
the first
lot of
time they
stuff
had,
up.
hmm
because they got hacked when I was working for Fisher.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They get hacked. They've been hacked quite a few
they've
times.
been right. They have, and I think the when I was working at Fisher, Benny Keith got hacked so bad that it affected AB.
Oh, damn.
So there's a company. See, this is all third party stuff. Of course, MGM doesn't take care of their own cybersecurity. They have
Right.
an outside company do it, and the company's called Okta, OKTA. They're
Octomom.
based out of San Francisco, and they also have Caesars. So this is how they gained access to both, was just going through this one cybersecurity company that is supposed to be taking care of both properties. But this, as of today, Okta has said that they've also attacked 3 other companies, but won't release the names of who they are. But the MGM properties they have attacked worldwide, not
fuck.
just
It's not
Vegas.
just Vegas.
So everything else MGM owns.
So the movie studios,
No, the hotel system and the movie studios are separate.
they are so okay.
But all the other properties they own around the world,
Mm-hmm.
all the exotic ones they own in different countries and stuff, are all fucked. And
Has it been unfucked?
there
'Cause
have
I haven't
no,
seen anything today.
There are the New York Times has been talking to employees and stuff, and there's employees there that says it'll be months before we even have email back and have all this fixed. And so what I found out reading through a bunch of stuff is that apparently out of all places in the world that should have top-notch security, Vegas casinos are not one of them.
You would think they would be like airlocked.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
weird.
Like
Yeah,
as protective as they
Or
are of their money and their
They should
shit.
be airtight.
completely air gapped.
That's what I meant. Air gap.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
But apparently
Airtight,
not.
too.
Apparently not. In this, there's a. I was telling Matt about it. There's an event that happens there every year, DEF CON convention,
Mhm.
that all the world's hackers come to, and they have a big convention there. And I've always been told that if you're in Vegas when that's happening, do not take anything electronic
That's
with
wild.
you at all, and make sure your wallet
Makes
is
sense.
You have the-
shielded,
Totally
and
makes
RFID shielded, and everything. That it gets like there are just people with laptops set up everywhere, just doing whatever they can, and most of the time it's fun stuff. No one's just
Yeah.
grabbing information or whatever, but
Just playing Rick Astley on your phone, standard issue shit.
yeah, or changing construction signs or street signs or
Yeah.
the big TVs or whatever to show stuff. It's mainly stuff like that, but you never know. And then you have this happen, and the hacking group, one of them is called Alpha, and the other one is Scattered Spider.
Scattered Spider.
Sounds so
They're the ones who
Ukrainian.
have taken.
I don't I want to make fun of it, but I also don't need my shit hacked.
Yeah,
It's probably Ukrainians. They're probably, here's my theory, they're probably trying to show everybody that, because let's face it, Ukraine, they're losing. Like, the media's starting to, okay, we're done. We're done with this story. They're moving
well,
on.
you got to back up and remind everybody:
So,
all your good hackers in the world are in Ukraine.
yes.
That's something we've talked about quite a
Yeah,
bit.
we have. So here's my theory. Someone knows that Joe Biden's about to kick the bucket of KFC. I don't want to get in trouble, so
I've said this since
he's either gonna get. I
He-
mean, it's glaringly obvious that he is of no use to this country. Like he's of no use to the Democrats either. So he's either gonna get popped pretty soon, I bet, or he's gonna his health is gonna fail him pretty badly in the next couple of years. He is. I feel like the only reason we're being blackmailed by Ukraine is because of dirt that they probably have all over the Biden family, because the Biden family's a fucking terrible family. And I bet they can see the writing on the wall that they're starting to lose public support around the world. The Ukraine is. And Zelensky, I bet, has sent the hackers in to say, hey, look, we can wreck shit. And this is the first wave of it. They're showing that they can, if we don't continue to send them money like they've been getting because of the shit that's on all our politicians, because they are the greatest hackers in the world.
most of all your
most
your
of-
good hacking stuff comes
like
from Ukraine.
yeah, like most of the big operations and things.
When
that
a
have
lot of
taken
people
shit
were
down is
saying
from
the
Ukraine.
Russians are hacking us, it wasn't the Russians; it was the Ukrainians.
So
It
what
was
my
Ukrainian
deal is
hacking
this:
groups.
I think Zelensky knows the writing's on the wall, and if he loses global support for his fucking stupid war that he's in and that Russia's in, then he's gonna their days are numbered, because they're nothing without the U.S. And they know they can see that the ship's about to right itself with all the batshit stuff that's going on at the White House and our country. I think the country actually is getting mad enough to where they're starting to do their due diligence, and we're going to have actually a decent election.
That is the most
If- that's
optimistic
sketchy,
thinking
isn't
I've
it?
ever heard.
Right. But you got to remember, he's not us. He's Zelensky, and he
True,
doesn't
true.
understand. He's thinking, well, shit, they're starting to question things with the Bidens. So he knows that, okay,
Yeah.
they're about to start actually trying to figure out how to fix things. And once that happens,
That's not something we're good at.
true. But once that happens, though, then everybody's going to be like, "Fuck Ukraine." Everybody in this country will be like, "Fuck Ukraine, fuck the Bidens, fuck this whole thing." Well, so now they have to flex their only muscle that they have to the globe, and that is hacking.
Well, one of the other things that has come out in a few of the articles as of today
That's my
is
theory.
that one of the groups, I can't remember which one of these two. One of them is Russian, and one of them is American,
Interesting.
and they're working together to take this down.
See, guys, we can all get along.
We can get along.
Yeah.
They're bringing our countries together by taking down MGM and Caesars.
It's a weird time, boys. I'm telling you, the freaking was it Kim Jong-un from North Korea? Him meeting with Putin. How surreal was that? And you know, Putin's going right now. Putin's probably going. We are fucked up. We do not need to get the. I saw what Dennis Rodman. What happened to him?
I mean, no one knows what that conversation was about.
It could have been art.
It could have been something completely stupid and completely dumb, and
I bet it was really dry hand jobs.
It could have been about freaking Far Cry 5.
But I mean, it's the same thing. Do you think like the people of Russia, not the military or anything, but the people of Russia were freaking out when Trump went over there and walked across the border with Kim Jong-un? Went into North Korea and everything.
The government?
No,
Or
just the people. Like,
they didn't give a shit about us. They don't fucking care about us.
But that's what I'm saying is like I don't give a shit that he went over there and met with him. I don't care.
I don't either.
Well,
it's one
of those things.
It was the conservos that were really hot and bothered by it. The conservos are freaking out just like the demos.
Everybody in government's freaking out because they don't know what to do with their hands.
It's because everybody's hands are tied because of this fucking idiot we have in office. No one knows what to do. And
they know what to do. They just don't want to go to prison.
But the thing is, though, talking about the president's convertible party.
Yeah,
they don't go on it. He doesn't go out hardly.
Well,
he's like the groundhog now.
Hopefully he doesn't come to Dallas.
Man, we're gonna with the show.
Damn.
Sorry, no one's gonna hear this. Sorry, Richie.
World's gonna end anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, true.
Let's do the full load and get the hell out of here.
They'll hear it in England.
You ready? We're gonna give you our full load.
Oh, both of you.
Yes.
You're gonna get the full load.
Now, normally this is 10 questions, but I took one out and I added some other ones because they were fun last time.
All right, let's do it.
Number 1, favorite cereal.
Oh shit, Cocoa Puffs.
Day or night?
Night.
What's the last song you listened to?
Enter Sandman by Metallica because it was on.
Wow, that's
60
pretty
songs.
fucking generic white guy.
Well, it was on 60 songs that defined the 90s. Sorry
was
for
actually
enriching
pretty good.
myself.
I
Yeah,
promise I will
one.
start it this week.
Did you listen to the Pantera one?
I haven't gotten to the Pantera one.
I sound
I've
like
just
Obama.
kind of been
then.
picking and choosing.
That's what I did, and then yeah. What was the other one that was good? Alice in Chains was really great. All right, ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
What sense could you live without?
Sense?
Yeah, out of your 5 senses, what's the one?
Smell for sure.
That's what everybody goes for. Very interesting. Favorite movie?
Ooh. Pulp Fiction? That's a hard one. That's what movies are hard for me. Same with like favorite song.
I was going through my mind yesterday, just thinking to myself. It's a weird way to put that, but
I love that.
I was thinking to myself, I need to watch that movie.
My mind.
I was just going through in my mind.
No,
It sounds very foundation.
The one, the one
going through my
Tarantino
mind.
I have not seen in a long time that I really want to revisit.
Jackie Brown.
Yes,
I
Jackie
love
Brown.
it. That's
my favorite one.
We
I
were
had to
just
watch
talking
it a
about that
few
the
years
other
ago,
day.
yeah.
We're talking about the scene. You want to fuck? Oh, my gosh, I wish that happened to me when I was a kid.
And it wasn't your uncle, right?
No, I mean, hang on. Let me clarify that before we continue the
You
questions.
sit on his lap for $25.
No, when I was younger and not married, I used to wish that I was Robert De Niro, and she said that to me.
I think everyone's had that thought about Bridget
Yeah.
Fonda at least once.
Yes. Not that I was going to get paid $20 to come dance in his lap.
Freaking, that was the last thing she
Wiggle.
did, wasn't it?
Come
I
over
think
here,
so. I
Right
don't-
around there.
Just to
Yeah.
come sit on my lap and wiggle. Come here, give me $20.
Bridget Fonda and singles, though.
Mm.
Ooh, the stop.
All right. Best local venue restroom.
Venue restroom. I can safely say it's not double wide.
No.
There's
There's some bad things that happen in there.
no shit.
Yeah.
I'd have to say Lola's. I'm trying to think of the last bathroom I was in where I changed.
The new one's not great.
I never went to the old
I think
one.
it's nicer than the old one.
There's no room.
The old one didn't have any room.
If you
you're
went
talking
out
about
back,
yeah, the
Okay.
trailer park.
the trailer park had a lot
All
of
right.
room.
Well, if we're saying best bathroom, okay, Division Brewing, that has a pretty good bathroom.
That's a good bathroom.
That's a really good bathroom.
Especially
Good
for what's there. Like you
Yeah.
expect a shit bathroom there.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
expect
like,
it to-
Wow, I could take a shit.
You expect it
Yeah.
to be like Growl's bathroom.
right, right.
Does Growl even have a bathroom?
Uh-huh. It's a little bitty closet.
Oh, I've not even ventured into that. I always
That's a little weird.
just go back to the brewery.
Okay, give me 3 celebrities, dead or alive, that you'd have in your entourage.
Ooh. Tarantino. Dead or alive.
Is he gonna play with your feet?
I don't think he'd be into my feet. I think they're too small and not attached to a woman.
I almost got a foot rub from a friend
In Vegas?
in Vegas
Went in the hotel, wasn't hacked.
before it was hacked.
After it was hacked, it was all the foot stuff was off the table.
The same night Bon Jovi was running around the lobby. It was weird.
Fuck you.
It's a very weird world.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Shit.
Here's John Bon Jovi.
Hey, Bon Jovi. fuck
So
you.
yeah, I'm trying to think. These people wouldn't necessarily go together, which makes it more fun. Tarantino, Dave Gahan from Depeche Mode, because I think he'd be a cool hang, even though he's probably weird as fuck.
Uh-huh.
And let me get someone
This
dead.
is a very interesting table already.
I'm trying to think of someone dead.
It could be alive or dead. Anything.
I know. I'd say Marilyn Monroe for shits and giggles, just to see how that. I just want to see how the three of them talk. I'll sit back and watch that scene go down.
I thought you were gonna say rub one.
Well, then
I thought
Maybe, if it gets to that point,
I thought we were back to the spank shelter or whatever it is.
Tarantino will go, I'll do one more. I'll do one more movie.
Yeah.
As he's sitting there with Marilyn, he'll do a Marilyn movie. All right.
and it's just her feet for 90 minutes.
And her singing Happy
Now-
Birthday.
Well, we're back to the spank shelter.
What game show could you dominate?
That Shazam It show, I would fucking kill on that if it wasn't.
The whammy one?
No, about
No
music.
whammies. No.
No,
Shazam It.
Shazam It. Yeah, so
that?
it's
Is that the?
it's
like
where
a
it's Beat Shazam. That's what it's called. It's where you have to identify the song before Shazam.
Oh yeah.
The only problem is, so me and my father-in-law looked into getting onto that show because we were like, oh, we could fucking do that. It's all modern stuff. I was like, oh no. Fuck.
What was that game that was big for a while? The app that was like that. You had to. You went up against people, your friends and stuff.
I forgot what it's called, but it was
HQ?
Dominant. No,
It
no,
was
that
some
was cool
music
too.
one.
I
though.
loved
HQ was cool, but no, it was a music. It was a music app thing, and it was about like. Did they give you the song pop?
Song. That's what it was. Song,
Song
pop.
pop.
Yeah, with the crazy wheel and you spin
Yeah.
it and it goes to the genre.
Oh yeah. I think I played
Couldn't
that. For
think
a
of what
little
it was
bit.
called. That's what it was. Song pop.
That was cool.
Yeah.
What is something non-sexual you enjoy doing naked?
Something non-sexual that I enjoy doing naked.
Come here, Richie. Sit down on my lap real quick. Wiggle around.
That's not that's sexual. Oh yeah.
Not for him though.
I think. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm just there for the money, man.
Yeah.
$20 is
No
$20.
shit. Just hanging out. I can, just hanging out naked. Just
Being
fucking
hanging
balls
Go-
out. Let's do
yeah.
it.
Go balls out. It's better than being balls deep in your mouth. You gotta respond to that.
Yeah.
Say that.
You know, I was searching my mind, and I figured out that it's better than being balls deep
Yeah.
inside your mom.
What's your most hated food?
Probably escargot. I don't fucking get it, dude. If you want to eat snot, that's fine.
All right.
I know it's a weird one, but
No, it's,
Escargot, that's the fish eggs, right?
no, it's
Or is
fucking
it-
snails.
Oh, what's the fish eggs? Caviar, right?
Caviar, which
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never gotten that one either. It's like
I've had fish eggs on some of my sushi. But
yeah, that's different. It's a good accent.
you wake up tomorrow and are omnipotent. I can't even say it with a straight face anymore.
I need to take over.
No, because that word was funny. When I did it the first time, I went through it a few times, and
Omnipotent.
yeah,
And you kept saying
Omnipotent.
omnipotent.
omniboner
to
or something.
see if anybody would catch it. And finally, Nick caught it. It's omnipotent. You can do anything. What would you do?
Oh shit! I could literally do anything.
Anything.
I could fucking fly. I'd probably just. I'd fly around for a little while and then see if my beer tolerance had gone away. Because if I could do anything, I don't need a job anymore.
Yeah.
I just work and fuck off. I can go off and do whatever.
So you just fly around.
Just go fly around, hang out, maybe
It'd be like Minecraft. You put it in God mode, and you
creative
can
mode,
just,
yeah.
creative mode, and you can float around
Yeah.
to different parts of the city.
go build myself a little thing and hang out there.
Go to the moon, build you a spank shack on the moon, and
Oh, that would
you
be-
always have a place to go
Dude,
to.
that would be the best spank shack if you think about it, because no one. It
about
would take a long time for someone to bother you there.
Till a Japanese rover rolls up, and you're in a spank shack, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" There's a spank shack on the moon, and you have a half crooked hand
this
painted sign that
conversation?
says spank shack.
What happened to this I thought we
The
were talking
piece
about
backwards.
escargot or something.
So that's
There's an uncle in the corner, like, come here, Richie.
on the
Come over-
moon.
Come over here.
The Japanese rover's just short circuits. You just see the camera
Shuts
there just
down.
controlling, like,
They're like,
What
we
is
have
this?
tentacle porn, but we can't deal with this.
yeah, what is this
is
spank
fucked
shack?
up.
We thought we were gonna
Spank
find something
Spank shank? Or
spank
spank tank?
shack.
Oh, I thought you said spank
There's gonna
shank.
have to be a.
I like spank shank.
I like spank shack. I'm trying to think of something that you need. This day and age, you got to be inclusive. I want to make sure everyone can feel included in it, but also something that the government would be okay saying in public. I don't think they're gonna go around saying like a jerk off
Wajo.
chamber,
Yeah.
Call it a wajo.
Okay.
a wank closet.
A wank closet. All right. Well, that was it.
All right,
You did well.
thank you.
did. You passed.
Thanks for coming on the show, man.
You
Thanks for
passed.
having me.
You will
very
get
welcome.
you'll get a degree that means nothing.
At least I didn't have to pay for this one.
You don't have to pay for this one. You can
Thank
use it
God.
for any job or whatever. It's the it'll be weird. You'll have to put on there. I've got the JJTM full load.
Dustin and Matt gave me their full load. Doesn't that mean a discount on drinks?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Lola's will.
Yeah, you just go up there and tell them.
Yeah. Actually, maybe Tyler will give you one.
Yeah, at the
Or our
cicada, you
own,
can get
or,
the
our-
JJTM
Is our drink
drink.
still up there?
Yeah, you can go up there and get the.
Playing there in January.
Surprised she hadn't fired
Oh,
us
you
yet.
are.
Yeah.
What shows? Okay, so what shows you got up? You got, of course, this Saturday
This Saturday, September
at
23rd,
Pouring Glory,
at Pouring Glory.
part of the
Fort Worth Roots podcast
End of the
festival
world
thing, end of the
thing,
world
end of the
extravaganza.
world party. Yeah,
Unless it's pushed off till the 14th of October. Right?
And
then we'll have to have another one.
yeah, we'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
Got that, and then December 18th, I'm putting together another very itchy Christmas.
You gonna have the same spot?
I love that.
No, I'm gonna do it at Growl.
Okay.
Oh, it's right up the road from me, man.
There, you don't have
Hell
an
yeah.
excuse, man.
I don't what?
You don't have an excuse not to go.
Well, I'm taking some more real estate classes that I just enrolled in.
Oh, and
just
they
kidding.
all start on the 18th.
Yeah.
How do you? Oh, what the fuck? No, and then January 26th, I think is Cicada.
Whoa.
What about merch
What
and
the
stuff,
hell?
man?
What
You
about
got
merch?
any merch?
I've
people
still
can
got
buy?
plenty of copies of Continuous Vaudeville on CD.
And
I've got a-
customized rubbers, t-shirts.
I've got a few T-shirts left,
Sweet.
but
I'll take
I don't
one.
have. Well, they're. Here's the mistake I made.
You're calling me fat, aren't you?
No, I'm calling myself fat. I didn't realize that I had husky fans. Okay, like I didn't do too many extra large or large. I did a few, but I
Son of
sold
a
out of them
bitch, dude.
immediately, and now I've got all these smalls and mediums. that no
XL
one wants.
matters, man. XL
We-
matters.
Next time, I'm just gonna do
XL.
XL straight across the board. Say, fuck it.
XL, 2XL lives matter, dude.
XL and 2XL were the ones that
we could never
we
keep.
no, yeah, we couldn't keep those. It was the smalls and mediums. I think we still have.
Yeah.
And
And have y'all seen those shirts with the Itchy Richie
Large.
Death Metal logo?
yeah,
I want.
It's pretty cool. Well,
I
if
want
I do
one.
another run of them,
Let me know and
I'll
I'll
let you guys
pre-order.
know.
I need a 2XL though, so
That's
what
fine.
time do you go on Saturday?
We go on at 3. Music starts at noon. Cassandra May Laurence is at noon. Late to the Station's at 1. Oh, we're at 2 then. Jaybirds is at 3.
Okay. I gotta line everything up. I know I'll be there early.
I'm going to be there at like 10. So our friend Alan from KTOS Creative.
oh yeah, it's coming, y'all.
Oh, fuck.
You are correct, Dustin. Something else is coming.
Well, why don't we get the hell out of here? Because that just rocked the whole.
Here, I'll show you the
no
radar
shit.
too.
I have to drive home in that.
Oh, it's all over your face, neck, and chest. All right. Well, it's
Oh.
been fun. We're gonna
Oh,
run
man.
from the rain now before it gets too wet.
That's what she
Um,
said.
But yeah, this Saturday, be at Pouring Glory from 11 to 6.
Yep.
It'll be fun. And then afterwards, I don't know, go watch Tool or don't.
Wait, Tool in Town?
That's an inside joke
Oh.
about suicide that we love to do. We have cancer jokes too. Like you name it.
We got them all.
We're not the best guys to
Associate with.
Associate with. So
I'm in a band called Itchy Richie and the Burden Sensations.
And if any,
I'm just saying.
it should be Itchy Richie and the Hitlers.
if any
That'd be more
former
shocking.
former or current members of Fort Worth City Council have made it this far, we're sorry and we love you.
Yes.
Good night.
Delete.
Delete.
Yeah, I guess a storm is a coming.
It
I
does
heard
look
there
like
was
it's
more coming, but I didn't realize
Yeah, that's
that much more coming.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take off. Would you?
No, let's get out of here.
There's something you wanted to tell me though.
no. Okay, let me stop this because I don't want
Oh, my bad.
it to go out over the air.